John Jameson told me that the payload was a virus aimed at killing their tech. Now the blood is on my hands. Do you think they're really done yet? They knew that it was lethal, exactly how much power they tricked me into carrying out this lie. Side impact perimeters, cold as an ice pick, to the flower that gives them life. They told me I was here to kill their drives, just the drives. Now I'm seeing many millions of those bugs die, and I don't want this on my hands. John Jameson, John Jameson, John Jameson, John Jameson.
Oh, is it happening? Is it here? Are we live? Hello, space people. Good. I never know what to say. It's like good day, good afternoon, good space, good space time zone wherever you're from, and welcome to the live of the Dangus Live. We are gonna get started here. There's some music. There's a little Tokoso in the background for y'all. Tokoso is amazing elite music. I love the John Jameson song that I had there for the intro music, one of my favorite songs. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dangus stream. Do let me know. I kind of set this up a little bit in haste, and since I've moved some settings around, or moved some items around, there might be some weird audio issues, so do let me know if the mix is off, if the music is too high, if my booming Dangoid voice is too bassy or too tinny, then, let me know in the chat. But let's see who we got here. We got Dark Heavy 8, who's, here for weirdness and science. Really, that's what he's all about. And we're going to have some weirdness and science today, that's for sure. And we got Loot. How you doing, Loot? Nice to see you. And G-Vine, who's just made it. Today, on Elite Dangarinos, we're going to be checking out this community goal for the Kumo Crew. So kind of something, I don't know if you call it exciting. We're actually here in Seoul right now on Erlich City in Mercury. Quite a beautiful little space, and actually getting decent frames per second in a facility that probably should be tanking my frame rate. But we're happy about this. This is very good. But yeah, so in the sort of Galnet, there is a community goal right now where the Kumo Crew, in correlation with a lovely Dredger ship that just came out of the blue, are looking to manufacture some new drugs. And we love drugs in the galaxy. Drugs make us all happy and help us deal with frame rate issues. And so we're going to head out there and we're going to do a little bit of CG work. And there's two CGs. Let me just see if I can go see the mission board. It was kind of glitched out. If you are... Oh, yeah, I can't look at the mission board because of... What did I do? I don't know what I did, but they don't want to let me... They don't want to give me any missions here because it's something I've done in the past that we shall not talk about. We shall not talk about our criminal activity. As we're on the way to, like, literally help people make drugs. And yes, I'm assuming that we are streaming in open as usual, and I am assuming that where there is a CG, there are gankers in open. But that is part of the fun and dangusity that is Elite, and oh my god, what's happening to my frame rates? Oh, what have you done? 28, why? I'm in a hangar. It shouldn't be like this, but, well, there's still some more optimization to do. But, it's improved from where it was, and hopefully it will continue to improve. So, I've already got a couple ships out there, and then I actually taxied my way back to Seoul, which is possible in 2 trips, because it's a little bit out. I wish the taxis had like a 400 light year range, then they'd be great for around the bubble, but sometimes you gotta do it in 2 trips. But the community goal is out here in the Pegasi sector, which is kind of the middle of nowhere. And I've got a Crate Phantom out there, equipped for hauling. I like the Crate Phantom. It's normally my smuggling ship. because the speed of the Crate Phantom is lovely and wonderful. I was thinking about bringing a T9 out there, but to me the T9 is just you're just asking to be ganked, right? Crate Phantom, people might go, I don't know about that guy. So we'll head out there in our Diamondback, because our lovely Diamondback only takes about 3 jumps to get across the bubble. Like, isn't that lovely? Don't you love that? We'll pick up our crate, and then we'll do some trading CGs. Then I think I've also got an adder equipped for piracy, so we might try being a ganker ourselves, in a sense. Well, no, not a ganker, but a gentleman pirate, if you will, and take people's loots, and hopefully being in an adder will foster some sort of sympathy. And then also you can, oh man, what's going on with my frame rates, man? It's 20 frames per second, and here I am just talking about how great the frame rates are. Well, look at this, oh my god, it's like a slideshow. Hopefully once we get to space that will change. But also you can get buy yourself a vulture out there, and so I was thinking, I've never really done bounty hunting in a vulture. I think I bought a vulture once and then sold it. This was really a long time ago, but it was very earlier in the game, and I just needed to get the money back, sort of thing. But I was thinking maybe also equipping a vulture and trying a little bit of bounty hunting out there, so that I can at least get involved in both of the CGs, because they're using sort of the usual format, which is one trade CG and one CG for bounty hunters, so that there's something for everyone, right? And yeah, if you want to come gank me, feel free. I don't mind. To me, that's part of the fun. I always play Elite and Open just for those emergent gameplay experiences. I don't mind being ganked, as long as it's not over and over and over and over again, but sometimes that can be fun. And G-Vine, you said your frame rates got worse in the last update. See, look, I'm getting 76, 78, 79 in space. That's not terrible. I'm not mad about that, but it does seem to be really conditional. Like some areas, especially the Odyssey areas, it will be up or down depending on kind of where you're looking or what you're doing. So I think there's still more work to be done before this will be console friendly, and I'm sure that the folks over at Frontier are working hard to get that all done. But when will we know the roadmap? When? We will find out. We'll have to be patient and remember that, if you've been playing Elite for a long time, that Elite doesn't deal well with launches. They always come out a little bit spotty and sort of iterate. And you can imagine, with all the complexities of Odyssey, there's going to be a lot of technical stuff to iterate before they even, I think, look at rebalancing and quality of life and adding new features. But they'll get there. You just gotta have some patience. Dark Heavy, you're tired of resetting your keybinds each time you play. Do your keybinds... I find that if I try to switch between Odyssey and Horizons, I'm like, oh, my keybinds got reset in Horizons, and oh well, I'll just go to Odyssey. All my keybinds are pretty much set up now, though there's probably still a few things that I need to tweak because they're awkward or changed in Odyssey, and I haven't changed them back. I just got used to them, but it ain't ideal from a flow, You need the key bindings to flow. It needs to be natural. Loot, you got a 970 rocking there at Space Station is the settlement. You never go below 30 at high settings, huh? Yeah, see, that's the other thing, is I got everything turned to ultra, right? Because I'm pretentious like that. I got the hardware. I should be able to run ultra, but it's not there yet. But for some strange reason, I refuse to lower these settings because the moments that it does work, it looks cool. Except I don't know how I feel about these new sun arches or whatever. They kind of look a little too smooth, I guess. I don't know. But some of the suns, the really red ones, have really cool effects on them. Maybe we'll find one along the way and get to bask in its red glory. But yeah, I was playing Elite through the week, and actually I got I'll be honest, I kind of got a little bit... I'm starting to get a little bit tired of the repetitiveness of the ground stuff if you're grinding for, suit upgrades. I'm starting to feel a little bit I don't want to walk around a base, open up containers, picking up graphene for a bit. So I'm kind of glad that the CG for this is actually very space-based, right? It's all sort of the core gameplay of trading and bounty hunting in space, which, you know, since Odyssey came out, I've been mainly focusing on ground stuff, and it's kind of a nice change up to go back to, you know, what this game is really truly about, which is making pew-pew with your spaceship. And here we are. We've landed in the system, the Pegasi sector. We're going to head to Kumo City. And actually, before we go there, let's check out the Dredger. You can see lots of hollow dots in the system. Probably gankers. Let's just see who they are. We've got Doc's Viper. That's definitely a ganker. And Stupid Dum Dum. Okay. Stupid Dum Dum. I love your face. I'm going to send you a request because look at that face! I gotta say something in chat. Hold on. That face is priceless. As I missed my target because I'm in the chat, but whatever. Yeah, Odyssey kind of had my character, my hollow me rather, or whatever I am. If I'm real or if I'm a hologram, that's still something I debate on every day. Oh, wedding barges. Ooh, my rage is boiling. I need to destroy them. No, I must resist. But yeah, Odyssey kind of helped me lose a little bit of weight, I guess, because the double chin kind of got reducted, even though I set that on maximum chin. But I guess in Odyssey, you know, you're just the only skinny boys allowed. You do have shadows lowered. Oh, who is interdicting me? Is this a player? Oh, it is a player. Lovely, I've got a ganker here trying to interdict me. Let's see if we can evade them. Or at least make them smash into the planet. That'd be awesome. Oh god, this is... See, like, you get so used to the easiness of NPC interdictions that when you get interdicted by a real player, that's where the struggle is real, right? This is where the real test of skill comes into play, and actually, I'm doing okay here. This guy is not going to get this Dangus. Not today, sir. Nice try, though. Enjoy your little FSD cooldown, buddy. Ha ha! Alright, let's check out this Dredger. And cool planet. Love these little lava worlds. I have the high ground, Anakin! Don't do it! Shadows are high. Spot! Shadow to lowest setting. Well, yeah, I think, I don't know, like, where do you see shadows? I guess just on the ground? Is that, like, a ground thing? And doesn't really impact the space gameplay too much? I'm not sure. I wonder what that guy was trying to do, though. Was he really thinking a Diamondback Explorer was going to be good for piracy? No, I think he was probably there to blow me up. Not today, though. The Dangus escapes. So here we have the Blue Viper Club Clan Dredger. Let's give it a little scan-see with my data link. Make it glow all nice and blue. I do like this little effect that they added somewhere. I think this is in Beyond, where you get that little blue bit. Let's see what you got. What you got, Viper Clan Dredger? I can't see anything. Maybe I have to get closer. But this one looks a little bit different. This one looks a little bit more well-maintained than the one that we saw by the Hesperus, which, by the way, maybe not well-maintained. Maybe it's got a little bit of damage here. But look at that, what a cool decal. I hope maybe at the end of this community goal you'll be able to get that decal, because I would like to put that on my ASP. That would be a very nice decal. Ooh, and there are ship log uplinks. Interesting. Well, let's scan an uplink and see what the story is behind this Dredger. And of course, the Dredger clans. And by the way, the one by the Hesperus, apparently, according to Galnet, let's just see if we can pull up Galnet here. I want to give you people the facts straight from the wolf's mouth, not from my spotty memory. So the Scrivener's plan has abandoned the Hesperus, and apparently, where does it say here? They may have found richer pickings elsewhere, or so maybe they've found another generation ship to pillage. But in theory, they could still be tracked down, as their vessel's hyperdrive has a similar range to modern-day fleet carriers, which I believe is 500 light years, indicating that maybe they've just jumped to another system within a 500 light year range. However, with no real clues on the direction, I don't think a brute force search of a 500 light year range from the Hesperus is going to be a feasible thing. I was thinking about trying to find these guys, but there's a dredger right here for us to check out. So let's go to the dredger that we know, not the dredger that we know not of. Oh, to get close to this uplink, I might have to get very close to the maw, but that's fine. We won't fall in. So, what are these uplinks going to tell us about this? So, proximity alert D, unidentified vessel, secure channel link established, input detection, positive. Interesting. Engaging handshake protocol 01C. Okay, like how many handshake protocols do you really have, buddy? Unauthorized connection detected. Engaging emergency defense protocol 011J. Okay. They've got a lot more defense protocols than handshakes. Data drives isolated. Electronic countermeasures ready. Signal presence 011J transmitting. If you're receiving this message, then you're on a very dangerous path. The Blue Viper Club does not take kindly to people trying to hack into our systems. Back off or we'll feed your ship to our dredger. Nice. That's cool. Well, I'm not backing off. I want to know more. So let's go scan these uplinks in order and see if maybe we can find out a little bit about this dredger culture. See if they're, obviously they are, it looks like some sort of drug clan, because the whole community goal is all about creating a new form of drugs and spreading it across the bubble, which I can't help but support. The bubble could always use more drugs. And you can see here there's a lot of like inner areas to this dredger that would be interesting for a fighter combat situation. Oh, this is data node 4. Okay, why is that data node 4 when it's ship uplink 1? Okay, let me just, I guess we'll scan them all and then just read them in order. Oops, what have I done? I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me. Let's maybe try to go through the dredger here. Through the inner sanctum. I mean, this does feel like a proper trench run, right? How cool is that? I mean, I'm not complaining. This is amazing. Alright, ship log 3. I can scan you through the ship here, that's fine. And I believe number 2 is the last one, and it will be over here. Alright, just don't come in too fast. Isn't it cool? I love this. I wish it was a little brighter, so I didn't have to use night vision, but... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. This is probably going to be like right in the dredger's maw, which, you know, this is getting a little dangus here, but that's fine. Just stay out of the dredger's mouth. You hear that thing about the guy who got swallowed by a whale? Well, not swallowed by, but stuck in its mouth while he was scuba diving. I think it was a humpback whale. This kind of feels like you could definitely play around with that. Now, of course, this thing will eat you. This is not a place that you want to be. Those little crunchy gears in there. Oh, okay. As I was saying that, I am getting sucked. Okay. Getting sucked into the dredger. It's like a giant Hoover vacuum in space, and it will eat you up. If you sit in this little area and you turn your flight assist off, you're going in for a munch. You're gonna get munched on. But I love these beautiful ships. Okay, so let's read these in order. So that was the first one. Second one here says Type D, unidentified vessel, link established, positive, handshake protocol, defense protocol. If you're reading this, you're on a very dangerous path. It's the same thing. Okay, what about 3? Okay, it's the same thing. And 4? Oh. Okay. I mean, is that a bug? Or did they just go, well, whatever, we'll just copy and paste it 4 times? That's kind of lame. It's a little disappointing. Not even like a single mention about where they are, who they are, what they're all about. It does kind of imply, though, don't try to hack our systems. And I don't have hacking nodes on me, but I wonder if you could hack these uplinks and get more information. Perhaps we'll see if the nearby station has any hacking modules, and we can come back later and try and see what this dredger is all about. But super cool. Oop, don't fall into it. Love the ship design. I love the sort of little trench in between there that you can do a little run through. Actually, let's get to the back and then do a run through of that. And look at those engines. Those engines are not to be trifled with. Okay, we're gonna do a flight assist off. Why am I doing this? I'm just gonna die before I accomplish anything. Okay, hold on. Flight assist on. Let's land it up. Then I'll turn it off. And then we'll see if we survive. It should be okay. It looks like a pretty straightforward line. Okay. Put it there. Steady. Flight assist off. Camera mode. Okay. And what was my camera mode thing? I think it was page down. Yes. Let's hopefully not die. But yeah, it's pretty dark. Oh, okay, okay, we're dying. We're dying. We're dying. Okay, back into the cockpit. We can salvage this. It's fine. As long as we don't bang into too many things, we are going to survive. We're going to do this. Oh my. Oh wait, I think we're going the wrong way now. Okay, yeah, this way, this way. 66% hull. Pips the shields! Get those shields back up. Oh, did I boost? No, okay, what have I done? Okay, very careful now, be very careful. What am I at? 4% hull, okay. Do not move. Just let the shields come back on. Oh, G-Vine, you said the signal thing is different in each one, so... This one says signal preset 34J versus 23J versus 07J versus 011. So I just wonder if maybe like those text messages are supposed to be different, or maybe those are hex codes and they spell out 4 letters and the 4 letters are drug? Maybe? Okay, I seem to be stuck on something here. Okay, we're gonna try to back up. Squeeze our way out. This is like Dredger splunking, really. We're getting stuck in the Dredger cave. I am paranoid. I'm like a little bit of a claustrophobia person myself. Okay. Now we're back on track. 4% hull. And we're going to try not to smack into any of these girders. And if we make it through, we're going to call this a success, even though it was clearly an utter failure. Whee! And as we blast past the mighty furnace that is this Dredger's gaping maw, we shall look upon it with respect and dignity. For these people, you know, these Dredger clans, they're going around in space just surviving, right? Like, that's interesting to me, that there are little kind of human factions that we don't know about, that might have different cultures. It might have sort of evolved a little bit differently than... you know, the Feds and the Imperials and the Alliance and all the Independents and all that stuff, and have their own customs and cultures. Of course, at this point, we don't know much about the Dredger clans, and that is something, you know, I'm glad to see Dredgers back in the game, period, right? Because they were sort of in a beta at one point, disappeared for years, and now they're back with a vengeance. Ooh, we got a Kofifi there. Federal Kofifi. Ooh, went out of range. So yeah, we will want to be careful because we are an open. This is a community goal. There's going to be gankers all around. But that is part of what makes space exciting. And what's up, Ray Mobula? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the Dangus. So we're just going to park here at Kumo City. We're going to pick up our Crate Phantom. And we'll start with, I think, some trade CG. I was here last night, had some difficulty actually finding the CG. The mission board would not show any CGs available. I managed to solve this by logging into Horizons. And ooh, what's this? Someone has... Sir Kane of Kumo has offered me a chance to pick up some geological samples for... It's a pretty good price, 700k, but... you know, I got shit to do today, man. I got drugs to deliver. We gotta help the galaxy get high. So I'm gonna not do your little side mission there, buddy. I was gonna say, if that little hauler was a player, I'd be so delighted. If someone was out here at the CG hauling in a hauler, I would offer that man a wing invite right away. Oh, you scanning me? Well, it doesn't matter. This is anarchy. No one gives a shit out here at Kumo City. So, what you scanning me for? Like, why are you even doing that? Do you really care about my crimes? Okay, we're looking for landing pad 36. Right over here. Look at that, 4% hull. What a way to start. But even though this is kind of, you know, I think a little bit of the generic CG, it still is, I think, a pretty cool goal compared to some of the other CGs. Like, I like the fact that what we're doing here is going to result in potentially a new commodity. Let's actually take a look at the community goals. So you have two here: protect the Kumo Crew and support the Kumo Crew. For this one, you have to deliver ergonomic treatments, liquid oxygen, and performance enhancers. See, I've already got 80, which puts me in the top 100%. And the information says that if the CG is successful, they will distribute this new drug, which is known as, what is it called? Helix. It is known as Helix, and if the CG reaches Tier 1, it will be available at 10% of Anarchy-controlled systems, all the way up to Tier 5, putting it at half of the Anarchy systems in the bubble. So I really hope this hits Tier 5 and we just see a giant influx of drugs, and maybe there'll be a further community goal for you know, delivering passengers on a 30-day or 28-day rehab adventure out to Sagittarius or something. Now, of course, this one is just a pretty simple bounty goal. It's just, you know, get the goals, you'll get some cash. Many authorities have registered concern that this will exacerbate drug addiction and misuse, which are common social problems. However, markets have shown interest in the new potential product. Well, of course the markets want it. I wouldn't question that, but maybe it's the Health and Safety Committee. So you see here, I've got my little adder, which is equipped for piracy. I wish if I clicked on it, I don't know, weren't we supposed to see details? Oh, I guess I have to press the equal key, and there we go. So I've got multi-cannon, railgun, seeker missiles. I've got high-grade military composite on my adder, fully engineered power distributor, and all such wonderful things, and of course hatch breakers and all that fun stuff. But we'll do the piracy later. I want to start with some trade, which we're going to be using the Batwing. And the Batwing, it's normally my smuggling ship. I kind of respect it so I can carry more cargo. But this is a great, lovely, fast, cool-looking ship. That is great for bringing illegal substances to places. Though today there's no, no, I have not repaired yet XLA not because I'm sampling Helix already though. I don't know if there's a sample. Let's try it and go into, you know, acid mode and make all the colors trippy. I think that would be great if you had Onion Head in your cargo, and then someone attacked you, and it's like cargo breach. Your atmospheric system is filling with, you know, aerialized Onion Head, and everything turns trippy and lovely weird colors. Please do that, Frontier. Now, you know, so really for this trade CG, you know, there's one way to do it, and we could say, well, let's look at how the hell this how does this all? I have never tried using the weird in-game stuff. Let's see if we can figure it out. Ooh. Oh, wait, we don't need narcotics. We need the ergonomics things, which I don't know what category they are, but we can find it by... is it chemicals? Yay! Okay, ergonomic treatments. Liquid oxygen we're not going to worry about because that is really low profit, but I think the best profit that you get from this one is performance enhancers. Which are, can we search? Is there a search thing at the top? No, of course not. Why would you do that? Performance enhancers. I wish I could read. I see a lot of letters here. Performance, that starts with a P for performance. Maybe that's a medicine? Oh, it is. There you go. All right. So having selected that, I see that there is apparently some here, maybe, but is this exports or imports? Oops. Trade routes. But I don't know what I'm doing. So what I'm really going to do is, behind the scenes, don't tell anyone I'm using third-party tools, but they just work so much better, is I'm going to go to Inara.cz, I think it is. You go to community goals, and it'll kind of tell you. Hold on. Oh no, wait, hold on. Data, commodities. I want to find really ergonomic. We'll just say ergonomic treatments, best exports. Near. You can trade performance centers from Ride Ring in Rotanev to Kumo City and Galite back with a profit of 30,000 credits per unit. So screw all this stuff. I got the real deal from Inara, as you do. We want to go to Rotanev, which is not too far away. Yeah, that's a decent little spot. We don't have system data on it, so we'll have to figure it out when we're there. But the lovely Inara is telling me that I can bring Galite to that system and make a ton of money both ways. So why not go with that extra efficiency, right? Yeah, Ray, the next CG will be build a new rehab system. I wouldn't be surprised if that is where they go with this, and that would be kind of fun. But we're going to see if there is any Galite here, and lo and behold, there is. And we'll just fill ourselves to the brim. $1.2 million worth of Galite. Alright, and we're probably going to need to now replot our route because our weight has changed. But still, yeah, it's about three jumps. Or 4 jumps. No big deal. Alright, let's on with it. Let's do this. Let's do some trading. Let's do some CG trading. I mean, it's been a while since I've done a trade one. The last community goal out by the Hesperus for Salvation versus Aegis was, I guess, the sort of trade goal format, but what you were doing there was going to a Guardian site and scooping up relics and relogging so that you could do it all over again, and then just bringing Guardian artifacts. And, you know, the CG itself wasn't, I think, very super fun, but the plot of it was much cooler in terms of relevance to the lore, advancing the Salvation generation ship sort of storyline, right? Yeah, I don't know. What is Galite? Is Galite a real mineral? Do we use that in anything? Like, did they put that in, I don't know, cell phone batteries or something? I'm not familiar with Galite, but it sounds quite gallant. It's a noble gas, I'm sure, or something. But, you know, with these trade goals, it's like, if you're going to be efficient, figure out what the best place is to get your imports and figure out what they want, and you'll make money both ways. And why not make money both ways? Why only make money half the time? When you're trading, it's all about profit. It's all about efficiency and third-party tools. You have to look at how the lines move from which system to which. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure it's probably better than what we had before, but it kind of boggles me a little bit that the third-party tools are just so fantastic. In our EDSM, what's that other one? Spanch. There's just so many great third-party tools for Elite that have existed for a really long time. And you would think that maybe Frontier might look at some of these third-party tools and go, look, you know, we don't want to put you out of business, but if this is so popular and the functionality is something that everyone uses, maybe we could try to put something like that in-game. But no, they want to invent their own little crazy wacky system of colorful lines spreading out like the legs of an intergalactic spider. And hey, you know, if people are able to make sense of it, that's cool. I'm a little bit slow when it comes to these things, so you can see close to the CG and in the bubble, and you know, it's like, even though Odyssey's not been around too much, there's a lot of first footfalls. Typically the atmospheric worlds are where you're going to see first footfalls because they're going to have little biology on them. Ray Mobula, gray mineral containing copper, gallium, and sulfur. Is that the sort of description? Produced by extraction, consumed by high-tech and refinery. It's copper gallium sulfide. They're just cans of mystery juice that people will pay me money for. I don't look inside the cans, you know. We traders don't want to know what we're trading sometimes because they might say oh yeah, this is one of those red stars that I really like, how they look in Odyssey and how their little flares kind of tend to look very cool. These are like, they don't look sort of too but the other ones look too smooth, but these stars look nice and misty. We all know pyrite should be something similar. Fool's gold. Copper gallium sulfide is, well, I guess similar to fool's gold. So, well, I'm sure they use it to, I don't know, rim the glass of a Caesar. And that guy, yeah. I just like to clear off these tabs. Oh, you can't do that in hyperspace. Fine, fine. I'll wait. I'll be patient. But those little message icons give me anxiety. I'd like to have a clean inbox. Oh, what? Why you don't do this? Clear all filters. Back. Just, I don't need this. Okay, so we're looking for... It was an R word. Definitely an R word. Ride ring. That's the one. Okay, 3,700. That's not too far away. Don't know. Do we have Super Cruise Assist on this? Ooh, what is that? Stellar Performance Core. A faction installation. I'm not sure. Really, you know, the faction installations, they all have cool names, but you get to them and they don't really often do stuff. Yeah, no, I don't have Super Cruise Assist. Yeah, I didn't want to waste the module slot. I'd rather take the extra bits of cargo and, you know, do it the hard way, manually. But, you know, sometimes you get a little bit used to the taxis and the Super Cruise Assist and auto docking. And you're not really flying the ship around at that point. You're just telling the computer what to do. Which, yay, sometimes when I'm playing, I actually appreciate the fact that I can, you know, lay off the mouse and keyboard, let the ship do its thing. I actually am an advocate for auto flight or flight assist. I would like to see, like, I could program a jump of 60 light years, let the autopilot take care of it, walk away from my computer. I am in the camp that would like those ability to say, hey, I want to fly from here to Colonia. Let the computer do it, and I'll come back in like 16 hours, right? Like almost like a ship transfer, but one where you're in and maybe vulnerable during it. I would be down with that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd be interested to know if that's something that you'd be like, no, it's a game about flying. You should go fly. But, you know, I like the option of being lazy. Gallite exists in real life, but there's too little of it on Earth. Extraction from asteroids is potentially possible. Well, that's interesting. So it's a rare Earth material, but common in space. Well, I guess then in Elite Dangus, it would be quite apt. Now, I do, yeah, I think, like, I love the fact that, like, what is going on here? Okay, there's a bug. There's a bug. Well, hopefully it'll go away when I land. But I do like the fact that it's like a real periodic table, like all these elements are real. Although I'm not sure about jumponium. Do we have jumponium? Is that a real thing? Can I go mine jumponium? Of course, those might not be real elements. They might be space elements. And, you know, who knows? Maybe when we get to space, we will find that, you know, some of those heavier elements might be floating around out there. Outside of our heliosphere in the deeps of space. Even planes of autopilot. That's a good point, G-Mine. Is like, you know, 747, the pilots basically just sit there and, you know, hope that the computer doesn't screw up and they have to take over, right? They put in the numbers and everything does it. If you play a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, and I like this planet, another little cool lava planet. Kerbal Space Program, obviously I don't know, I think this is a mod, but there's a mod called MechJeb, which allows autoflight, like programming destinations. And oftentimes by using the autopilot to program your journey, you'll actually learn orbital dynamics a little bit better. It'll actually make you a better pilot by knowing what the computer's trying to do, and then you go, okay, I see, when I want to do this, I should really do X, Y, and Z. So autopilots, you know, again, they might help the newer players learn how to fly. And then for the more experienced players, they just offer a nice alternative where if you want to, you know, sit there, watch a movie, eat some pizza while your ship does its thing, you know, you can always flip it off and take control, or let the computer do its, you know, do what it needs to do. I don't believe this ship is wanted, so I shouldn't have any issues with scans. And out here, they tend to be more anarchy systems, though I'm not sure about this place. Probably should have checked, but I'll let him scan. I don't care. I haven't done anything bad in this system, so they shouldn't be mad at me yet. Yet being the operative word. Docking pad 20. Where you be? It's probably here. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to be right under me. Of course. And this is a like lovely, pretty, crisp station. Very beautiful. Alright, let's just nestle in here. Perfect landing. And one thing I'm very glad is they fixed this button. When I click repair, it doesn't go down and almost accidentally launch me. So, alright, here's the trade. Here's the deal, commodity market. I give you 120 tons of gallite, and you give me all your ergonomics performance enhancers. And then I make some money, and we're both happy, and why... What the hell? Oh, sorry. I was trying to sell you gallium, when in fact I only have gallite. Is that like the same thing, but one is like the, you know, chemical? Look at that. Nice little cool $400,000 in profit. Not gonna scoff about that. I think what is better to buy is the performance enhancers. It looks like they only have 569 in stock, so they're definitely the in demand. Now I will buy maybe 100 of these, just to mix it up, you know, just to give some variety. I will also fill the rest of my hold with these ergonomic treatments, which, like, again, I'm trying to understand. This negative 1500 is this, like, this is like, I just look at this, all this data, all these ups and downs and numbers, and I'm just like, stonks. I have no idea, but we're gonna buy 20 of these puppies, just because, you know, I feel like if I'm carrying more than one commodity, I feel like a real trader, you know. All right, and back here to Pegasi. And that's really like, this is how you do a trade CG. It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The exciting part, and really, you know, as we, you know, get into the piracy segment, you'll find that if you were to pirate, and by the way, look at all these damn fleet carriers. There's just some, they're like a little plague on the galaxy. Fleet Carrier 19 indeed. If you're going to pirate people at CG, the best place is to be in the system where the CG is happening, because everyone coming in there is going to have a full load. In theory, you could pirate someone at this station here as they're leaving, but they're going to be high waking as they get out of the station. And even if you do manage to catch them, you're going to have to then haul that bounty all the way to the CG yourself, at which point you'll probably be pirated by a different pirate. It'll affect your jump range, and obviously a pirate ship is not typically spec'd with a crazy jump range. So when you're doing these CGs, where you got to look out is the system where the delivery is happening, right? And if you're a pirate, you want to situate yourself where the end destination is. That way you can just, you know, grab your booty and then hand it right in if you're doing it to participate in the CG yourself. Gallite is the ore and gallium is the element. There you go. There's some science. We got some science. But how can we shoot gallium and gallite out of a cannon? That's the real next level science. And yeah, you will see too at these CG places, all the fleet carriers there. And I like the fact that, you know, when there's a popular place in the bubble, it's going to fill up all the fleet carrier spots and it's going to look popular. So when you do land in that system, it's kind of like, yeah, there really feels like there's something going on. And the cool thing about the fleet carriers, and you know, again, for me, there's not that many cool things other than that they exist, but I'll never buy one because of the damn cost and upkeep. But the one thing I really like is that regardless of what mode you're in or what platform you're in, if you're, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you park an Xbox carrier in solo mode at a station, someone in open on PC is going to see it. It acts like a destination. And while we may not have cross-console play, and there might be instancing issues, the fleet carriers, I think, it's kind of neat that they appear in all modes. You could be flying in solo and still see that, oh, this is a system where lots of people are at. And they kind of add to just that feeling, right? Like sometimes you're flying in space for hours and hours, and you never encounter another player. It can get lonely out there in space. And I'm always excited to, you know, you land in a system, you see a hollow dot, and you're like, there's another commander of the Pilots Federation doing his or her thing. And regardless of what mode you're playing in, those fleet carriers will give you that, you know, they kind of negate that loneliness, right? They kind of give you that sense of like, yes, this is a real galaxy that we are all sharing, right? Is this the next jump? No, 2 more jumps. Okay. You kind of gotta, like, when you're about to jump to the system with the CG and your cargo holds full, you really gotta clench your butthole, because you know you could land in there, get interdicted right away, and you know you don't want to poop your pants. I mean, they got bio-waste filters and all that stuff in your suit, but, you know, you still don't want to have to clean those things. It takes materials to scrub out those filters, you know. You gotta put a little iron in your suit. The iron toilet paper. I don't know. I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I've gone completely space mad on the first loop. The first trade loop. See, they just look a little too smooth, I think. And yeah, pixelated. I don't know. I think there's, again, there's... At this stage in the game, it's sort of a question of, is this a bug? Is this a feature? Is this just, you know, a weird design decision? You never know if it's working as intended or not. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, you just had to change from your inventory panel, but that was still up there. What are performance enhancers? You know, there used to be little descriptions for each of these. I guess you find the descriptions in the commodity market itself, but... Some of the descriptions, especially for the rare goods, are pretty fun. I can't remember what the name of the rare good was, but there's one that heavily implies that it's like cannibal juice, in other words, or like this rare booze is basically just people ground up, and it's like Soylent Green, essentially. But, you know, that could be a good little way to have fun. Uh-oh, yeah, I have a feeling this guy's on the prowl. He doesn't have his hard points out, which is kind of cool. That might be okay. I'm gonna throw an 07. Because if you don't 07... Oh, he's 100% gonna interdict me right here. Okay. So there's a few ways you can deal with this. One is shit your pants and run away. High wake to another system. Try and high wake back. See if they won't instance. You could screw them up too by just like... I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna just come to a complete stop. Slow down. I'm gonna drop out of... Super Cruise. And they might think I combat logged. Initially, they're going to get a little confused. Then they see the wake signal. They're going to maybe target the wake signal. And I can pop quickly back into Super Cruise. And either A, maybe I'll instance with someone else. Maybe I'll re-instance with him. But it might just throw him off or throw his scent off the trail. Oh, that guy's high waking or something. I'll look for another target. And in the meantime, you might change direction. And just, you know, it kind of screws with their timing, right? But as you can see, yeah, logging back in, and he is not... Oh, he is in the same instance. But I can't even see him, so... Probably somewhere near the main star. But these are some little tactics that you can use to, you know, stay in open. Oh, man, I think that's him up ahead. So he must somehow got in front of me. Which, again, you need to be behind someone to interdict them. So that's another thing, is you can... sort of out-loop them and just keep them in front of you, or don't let them get behind your ship, and that will help. Whenever you see like a little hollow dot positioning itself behind you and then it turns into a triangle, that's someone coming after you. Gallium is interesting. It melts at 29 degrees Celsius, so it can be fun to play with. Oh wow, that's pretty low. Pretty low melting point for an element. That's not like, you know, water or whatever, and it can be fun to play with. It's quite toxic, and you can die though, so don't wash your hands. Well, if you don't wash your hands, and it's quite expensive. That's cool. So it's basically like space-based silly putty I'm catching, and used heavily in semiconductor production. Of course, yeah. Right now, I guess the world is all trying to figure out, can we create a room temperature semiconductor, and if so, create spaceships out of that stuff. And of course, quantum computers. Looked up gallium. Interesting element. Liquid at room temperature used in semiconductors, lasers, microwaves, and nuclear weapons. Well, I may have one of those on me, but I'll leave it to you to figure out which one it is. Battle of the nerds. Well, hey man, that's battling for science. Nothing wrong with that. It could never get too nerdy. And if people are competing to understand the properties of a scientific element, then, you know, that's definitely more useful than, you know, soccer balls or whatever the heck. So all the English people are now mad at me because of the soccer versus football comment. Yay sports. Okay. Okay. Why are we struggling with this? Just a simple landing. Shouldn't be difficult. There we go. Just settle down. Just come on. Land it. Land it. Why are we stuck? How are we stuck on the landing pad? Okay. There we go. And boop. Lovely. Let's unload. Did I not say room temperature superconductors? What did I say? Did I say? Because I'm like right now they have to like super cool a semiconductor. And I mean, like, what about fully conductors? You know, why piss around with semiconductors? Why not go full conductivity? Why does it have to be semi? So there we go. Yeah, so ergonomic treatment just for 20 units. That's 218k profit. So while the Gallite or Gallium or whatever the hell I'm trading over there, like I think it's the Gallite, is what was that, like 300, 400k profit? 20 ergonomics get me 200,000 profit. But just wait till you see these 100 performance enhancers, $2.7 million. Ladies and gentlemen, we are actually growing the bank account for one stream. We're actually making money for once instead of losing it to rebuy. Isn't that lovely? And the Kumo Council have elevated my status to friendly. How kind. Now we're buddies. All right, and let's rinse and repeat. Let's grab some more Gallite. We'll head back there. It might be prudent to also just quickly check and see what that did for our progress. Did that extra little bit of money put us into the top 75%? No. So we're at 200 units and still at 100%. Now, if I turn back to INRA here for a second, let me just take a quick peek. The INRA board is saying that the top 100% will be 1 to... Oh, wait, that's for Bounty Ventures. 1 to 728 units. So essentially, if I were to do this trip a few more times, get to about 800 contributions, I will bump into the top 75%. Here's where it gets crazy. To be in the top 10 commanders right now, you would need to sell 17,000 to 69,000 units. Who are these 10 people? And how are they doing this? They must be using like fleet carriers and stuff like that, but that is an insane amount. I will not strive here to get into the top 10. I've never been top 10 in any community goal. But, you know, I'm just here to contribute. You know, I just want to help a new drug get out there into the galaxy. To me, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not going to take credit for it. This is a team effort. Oh, what's that? It's a nice, interesting looking planet. Very close looking to the star. Any interesting features? Not particularly, no. It's got a goofy looking texture, though. I like that. Looks like a ball of granite. I just want to, like, rolls of granite. You need them so bad. See, yeah, okay, so I'm in a station here, 25 frames per second. You would never get this in Horizons. So they still, it's probably because the concourse is just sitting there rendering in full, so. Frontier. I look forward to your optimizations. Alright. Boosting out the slot, and again, I love the fact that this Crate Phantom with full pips to engines and boost will get well over 500 units of speed, because I can't remember if it's like kph or whatever. But the Crate Phantom is definitely a lovely smuggler ship for that speed, and it also looks dope. It's one of my favorite looking ships. It's very Millennium Falcon. So let's see. One day you will learn to land like that. I think you have to unlearn how to land before you can land. You must unlearn what you have learned. We already have room temperature semiconductors. We want to create room temperature superconductors. Okay, thank you. Because I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, it's not semiconductors. It's conductors? No, it's superconductors. Thank you. Thank you for correcting on that. Semiconductors are your usual transistors and diodes. Right. Right. See, we got some powerful nerd facts coming in here. I'm liking this. I'm liking the knowledge. We're spreading, we're learning, we're having fun, we're being Dangus, but information is happening. Also note that the Kumo Council are... Oh, wait, sorry, hold on. Why do people only climb the half dome in Yosemite? Why not do the full dome? That's a very good point. That's a very good point. And if the you know, or the double dome, of course. The double dome would probably be the most impressive, if that exists. Also note the Kumo Council are feudals. It's like Old Earth Piracy of the Empires, British and Spanish. That's cool. So, you know, is there a pirate king? Is that what we're kind of implying there? That there is, like Archon Delane is a king? The king of the castle? And semiconductors are useful because they act both as conductors and insulator depending on the conditions. So you can have diodes who transfer electric current only in one direction and such. Wish I understood the implications of that better. I watch a lot of science videos and stuff like that, but man, it's like there's a difference between knowing a fact and understanding it. And oftentimes when you get into, you know, how electrons behave and transistors and diodes and stuff like that, it's still a mystery to me. There's still more learnings to do. The FPS is appealing, or I assume you mean appalling there, Ray, is appalling in stations, even for outposts. It's crap. Yeah. And again, I have a feeling that it's because, like, it's rendering the concourse, which, again, super cool that you can, like we were doing in the other stream, where you can see your teammates running around in the concourse from your ship, and I love that. Don't change that, but optimize it. It's probably a case where even when you're not looking at the concourse, it's probably still rendering it in full or something to that nature. I ain't no programmer. I don't listen to me. Don't listen to me for facts on transistors or game development. But we can have a good time talking about it and just go on, verify your sources, people. Yeah, transistors created a revolution in circuitry. They made relays obsolete. Well, I want them to bring back vacuum tubes. I think that's just because they look aesthetically quite cool. Or create quantum vacuum tubes. I'm always a big fan of sort of retro future sci-fi things, like, you know, the Fallout series, for example, where everything's futuristic, robots and lasers and all that stuff, but it's all based on like 50s technology and vacuum tubes and stuff like that. Outer Worlds is a little bit like that as well. But I love future view with like old school retro tech. That's a cool look. You couldn't solder your way out of a wet paper bag. Yeah, I took an electronics class in this is back in high school, and was really interested in it. It was always one of my favorite courses. I was not very technically skilled at the physical application. I'm not good at dealing with. I got big, chubby, fat fingers that don't do delicate work. So my soldering always looked like someone just, melted the Silver Surfer on my circuit board kind of thing. But I did enjoy the subject matter of like electronics and how that stuff works. And if you don't know Electro Boom, he's a YouTuber that I think is very funny, who does a lot of cool videos talking about electricity and always shocking and hurting himself. He's a riot, really good channel. Very big work, very well known. You probably all know him. Can we listen to your unfounded rumor, speculation, fake news, and downright fantasy? You can listen to whatever you like. All I ask is that you don't store the information in your brain for later use. Just let it go in one ear and out the other. This is the one time where the information doesn't matter. Just let the melodious sound of fake science roll through your brain. 70s sci-fi. How about the alien set design? Absolutely. Yes. I love that sort of 70s sci-fi movies. Definitely. Love that aesthetic. Cooking drugs with Braben? Oh, hell yeah, Shiv. If you don't know, Shiv, there's a community goal where the Kumo Crew is working with a Dredger clan to basically bring a new sort of onion head style drug to the galaxy, and I fully support cosmic drugs, and we are helping out so that we can get the galaxy totally high. We will probably regret it a week or two after, when like half the NPCs are just shouting gibberish in the chat and running into people in the mail slots and screaming about bees attacking their heads and stuff like that. But I won't complain about that. That's what I've always wanted from this game, is NPCs on drugs. Please, 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 Braben, put NPCs on drugs. I want in general, NPCs should have personality modifiers. Like, this one's like straight edge, this one's totally high all the time, and that should modify their dialogue. And I'd love to just see a derpy NPC in an adder on drugs writing gibberish in the chat and just booping the station over and over again. That would bring pleasure and a smile to my face. If there was a little more comedy like that injected in this game. What are you saying there? The light that's bleeding out through the buildings must take a massive hit on FPS. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's all the lighting. I don't know, man. I'm not like I don't program them things. I don't make the you know. I am just a player in this universe that is a stage. So it's going to be more of the same things. Yeah, basically, Shiv. I mean, this is a trade bounty hunting CG. It's not like, oh, wow, they've never done that before. I do like the fact, though, that if the sort of tiers are hit, if it hits the highest tier, then they will put this new drug Helix at 50% of all the anarchy systems in the bubble. So, you know, participating in this goal, the point is sort of really the more materials they get, the more drugs will flow, and the more chances that you'll encounter completely blissed out of their mind NPCs. Or so the story goes. That will only probably happen in my imagination, but hey man, I love drug smuggling. It's one of my favorite activities to do. I prefer that way over just normal trading. It's that element of Dangus. Oh my god, I forgot to ask permission. Oh my god. Okay, back. I mean, come on, this is a pirate station. Do you really need to ask permission to dock? Huh? Did I get a fine from that? Oh, I didn't. Okay, well. That's kind of cool. I guess that is the anarchy element kicking in. Docking request granted. Oh, now they're scanning me. I like to... Oh, okay. Alright, let me in! Let me in! I can't read the chat because I gotta focus right now, otherwise I'm gonna smack myself on this mail slot. Okay, Diamondback, you go faster, you go faster. Okay, 11 is right there. I'm just gonna fuck this up royally. Okay, what did I hit? It doesn't matter. Probably the concourse. And we're good. Look at that, ladies. That is a perfect landing. 10 out of 10. Doesn't get much better than this. All right, let me catch up on the chat here. Let's see here. Sounds like a good time. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I love new space drugs. Alien, man, I've been to Geiger's Alien-styled bar in Switzerland. What? What? Okay, I want to go to Switzerland now if there's a Geiger bar there. That would be pretty cool. I went to New York and went to a Beetlejuice-themed bar, and that was pretty dope. And there was actually a dude dressed like Beetlejuice there, which was super cool. But a Geiger bar? Holy cow, that'd be awesome. And Switzerland would be an interesting country to go to anyway, you know, on a good day. All right, this time I think we're just going to go with oh, wait. There's only 40 performance answers now, so we have really cleared out that stock. All right, well, we'll take what we can get, and then I guess fill it up with the ergonomics. That's fine. Let's just see if there's any cartographics data we can unload. Just to, yeah, 215K. I'll take it. I'll take it. I need money. God knows, my bank account keeps dwindling. I bought a Beluga, and that took a big chunk out of it, but, and I could sell one of the two T9s, but one's kind of like a mining T9, the other one is more of a trading T9. I kind of want to, you know, I like having two T9s. Shut up. Don't tell me what to do. Alright. We need more silliness in the game, like stapled peacock meat. Absolutely. I think, like, I don't want them to make it a goofy game, you know, but I want more goofiness in there. Like, you know, call the station silly names. They already have, like, crazy NPC names, but, like, have a community goal where it's just, like, the entire community, we just need to kill this one dude. If you can find this one NPC, there's only one NPC going around the galaxy with this name, but if you can find him and kill him, you win. I don't know, just like more humor in the game, I think would make the galaxy a little like less edgy, you know? Like it tries to be all cool and serious, but then you see like, you know, instancing with people and all the goofy stuff that goes on there. Like, you know, if the goofiness is a little more like built in, maybe it wouldn't be so de-immersive when a corpse just starts ragdolling up the side of a building kind of thing. But hey, yeah, permission from the pirate court. I don't think you should need permission from pirates. I think pirates should just respect your freedom. And just as you know, what is the pirate code? Where is the pirate code? Where is the antagonist gameplay focus? I am doing, or sort of like prepping to do a Crime and Punishment rework video, or my suggestions at least, and I think that's the big missing component is, like, there's no support for antagonist gameplay. I want to be a bad guy. I want to, well, I mean, like, you know, not all the time, but I want to have things to do that are bad, that don't just make me lose money or frustrate me. And I think that that would, you know, you get that element in there, tied into Crime and Punishment, and oh, wow, that planet is pretty close to the star. Very shiny. Let's just take a quick look at the system map. Anything really interesting about you? Swishbone. That's a great name. Does anyone remember that Wishbone show with like the dog that would reenact high-end literature and stuff like that? Swishbone, though. That implies like, you know, swish. Ray, you've been to Geiger's museum in Gruyere. That would be cool too. I went when I was going to LaveCon, not last year, the year that never happened, but the year before that. I went to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. I'm a huge Van Gogh fan, and that was a really, really cool experience. If anyone ever goes to Amsterdam, I mean, number one, drugs, and number two, Van Gogh Museum. And when you combine the two, and then go to Ripley's Believe It or Not after that, that's a good time. In Vondel Park. Spend some time in nature getting high, looking at geese and shit. It's nothing better in life than getting high and watching geese. You heard it here first, people. Buy a soccer ball and 2 goals, stuff like that. Buy a drink at a bar and throw it in the face of an NPC. Ha! I would love that if you could buy a beer from the bartender and either choose to drink it or splash it in an NPC's face, and then they would say something bitter and mean. Fucking A. I love that. Please. Just stupid shit like that. That would be fun. You're talking about player agency. Not sure FDev will go that. Yeah, it's like blaze your own trail. But if you want to blaze your own trail, first you need to bring me 25 tons of bromelite, 5 HN mounts, 40 units of graphene, and then, after you've done all that, I will potentially introduce you to the person who you can then grind for, and they will introduce you to the person that you can then grind for, and then you'll have all the equipment to finally do the things that are fun. That's how Frontier would implement it. Why does it say illegal cargo? Is there even a thing in this system? Oh yeah, this place doesn't like drugs. This 1 star is just like, I have a 0 drug policy. Drugs fucked up my the nebula that I was from, and therefore I say no to drugs. I mean, seriously, there's nothing in that system. Why is my cargo illegal there? Oh wait, you know what? It was probably my cargo is illegal in the place I'm going to. But wait, I'm going to the Kumo Crew, and by the way, get out of there. Ergonomics treatment and performance enhancers are illegal? No. What was that blue flashy stuff? That was weird. There's no way, and it doesn't say illegal cargo there. That's a glitch. That's a glitch if I ever saw one. Alright. Kumo City. So I think after this, maybe we'll do... I don't know. Do you want to do one more run, or do you want to switch to piracy? I kind of want to switch to piracy. Though, there's no one here right now. Not sure if that's instancing, but... This is the gamble that you play when you're doing piracy. Now, we could try to do some NPC piracy as well, but... I'm not sure if that works so well for community goals, because there are like 3 specific things we need. In a normal situation, if you're piracying, you're looking for ships that have like mining equipment on the off chance that hopefully they maybe have some LTDs, little low temperature diamonds, stuff like that just normally sells well. Amsterdam has drugs. Been there a million times, never saw it. Well, you probably were you closing your eyes the whole time? As soon as I landed in Amsterdam, I got out of the airport and then take a train to the city, and like literally within a block of the train station, which you get out of the train station there, and you're like, wow, this is beautiful, especially for a Canadian, where all the buildings in Canada are built out of blocky concrete because don't put anything intricate on them because the winter is just going to destroy them. And you get to Amsterdam and it's like, wow, this is old Europe city, really cool looking. And within 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, there's a weed cafe. Time to immediately get high. Of course, I'd been in London prior to that for 5 days. This is kind of like a vacation that I took. And obviously there's no drugs in London. But Amsterdam, wow, yeah, I basically was there for like 2 days and made sure to eat all of the onion heads. Pretty much high the whole time. But hey, it was great. And a beautiful, beautiful country. I love the canals in Amsterdam. Like, I think every city just needs to like ditch roads, go with boats, put some canals. It makes... everything just looks so pretty and beautiful. It just feels like you're in a painting the whole time. Also, the drugs help with that. It's kind of like, both work together. I do love this Kumo station. Kumo City is like very large port. No, that's not how you request docking. You know better than this, Spatula. Alright. Landing pad 18. Very well. And yeah, there is a holodot in here. Who we got? We got contact with DJ Arglex. Is that like DJ Khaled? Does he just go around and say his name on other people's music? I'm not really sure if DJ Khaled has like other roles that he fulfills. All I know about him is you just hear a song and he's like, hey, this is who I am. I want that job. I just want to appear on other people's songs and... You've been dying. What are you saying there? Now you die, victim. Who are you talking to? Is there a pirate at the station? You're not going to have a good time, buddy. Even though this is anarchy. Stations still kill. Yeah, weed isn't legal in Canada. So it got legalized, I want to say 2019 in the summer. And, it was illegal before then, but everyone did it anyway because it's just weed, right? Like I know personally, it was like I'd get sort of caught by cops for smoking a joint with some friends, and they're like, I don't care if you're smoking a joint, just don't do it in front of the U.S. Embassy, you dolt. Be on your way, It's kind of that's how it was sort of regarded, and then they legalized it, and now you can't walk 2 blocks down the street without finding a dispensary. And initially it was like weird from going from like, you gotta call that guy. And he's going to be like, yo, get in the car, let's drive around the block, make sure the cops aren't following us. And then he's like, okay, what do you want? I'm like, I just want some weed. And they're like, okay, you want the good stuff or like the really good stuff? And I'm like, a little bit of both or something. Some weird, awkward transaction below the steering wheel. Now you walk into a shop and there's like a dude with an iPad. And he's like, hello, how can I help you today, sir? Would you like some of one of the 72 varieties of weed that all have crazy names? It's a different paradigm. It's just, it's even better than, when you go to the booze shops. They actually give you more options in customer service. So it's a brave new world. I like to smoke the weed. Like Cheech and Chong. My favorites. Yeah, no, legit. I was, like, smoking some weed, and, like, these cops come up on bikes, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm smoking weed. They're like, do you got any more on you? I'm like, just a little bit. They're like, give it to us. I'm like, well, are you going to smoke it? And they're like, yeah. Shut the fuck up, give it to us. And then they're literally just like, yeah, like, you can go, but like in future, just, we wouldn't have stopped you, but that building that you're smoking in front of? Yeah, that's the U.S. Embassy. I'm like, oh, now I understand. Now, of course, in the U.S., a lot of states it is legal as well, and I'm sure it won't be too long before it's, that way across the board. And, it's like I know people that smoke it, some people that don't or don't like it. It's like, it's all personal choice, but it's really not. It ain't like other drugs, It's like, my thing is, I was like, reference it to like booze, and I'm like, if you're allowed to like drink, and like when I get drunk, man, that is a massive state altering substance, you know? Like, I've never been like blackout high from smoking marijuana. You know, that doesn't really impact. Oh, didn't I say I was going to do some piracy? Okay, well, one more trade run, and then we'll do some piracy. And then maybe try a little bounty hunting. Bounty hunting. But, yeah, I mean, to me, alcohol is one hell of a drug. That is the craziest drug. And caffeine, too. Caffeine is a very mood-altering state. I'd say that, like, weed to me is, like, on par with, like, somewhere between coffee and booze, right? Like, you drink coffee to get, like, percolated in the morning, and then you're all, like, wired, and it's essentially like a form of violent high, right? But you have sophisticated anti-drug people drinking coffee every day, and then, chugging NyQuil to go to sleep and all that sort of stuff. We are biological computers, and sometimes we need to put things into our inputs to alter our programming. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes a sunny day can affect your mood. But it's like, I think the countries that take those sense of like legalizing drugs, it's like at the end of the day, like addiction is still an issue, and you can be a responsible drug user, or you can be, an addict, right? It's more of a health issue than it is criminal, right? People that have addiction need counseling and support, and it's more something for the healthcare system than lock them up and let them drop the soap and learn the error of their ways kind of thing, right? In my opinion, anyway. But if you're offended by that, sorry, but don't care. It's just how I feel. I love this system name, Scythodio. Scythodio. That is a lovely system name. I just as we pass through, I'm wondering if there's anything there. Don't you talk bad about coffee! Hey man, I love coffee. So someone was asking me earlier, like, what kind of coffee do you like? And I'm like, I don't know, like Tim Hortons. I know dark coffee and light coffee, and the light coffee has more caffeine, and the dark coffee has a little bit of a stronger taste. That's about my knowledge of coffee. I'm not like a coffee connoisseur, but I definitely am like, I need a cup of coffee at minimum per day to function as a human being. What is in Scythodio? It does look like it's got a nav beacon, so there's shit here. Lichtenberg Station. It's a very pleasant sounding Lichtenberg. Sounds very European. Okay, so yeah, I am apparently wanted in this system. I don't know why. Let's see here. What is triggering you people? Is it a fine? Nope, it must be a bounty. Oh, yeah, this $10,000 federal bounty. Which I don't know how I got. I don't know what I did to get this. Probably murder, but you'd think if I was going around murdering people, I'd remember that I murdered them, but bad memory and also lots of murder, so it's hard to remember individual murders at this point. My life is just kind of a combination of traveling from star to star, occasionally murdering people, occasionally smuggling drugs. The good life. Alright, so hopefully they haven't completely... I hope some stock has regenerated. It looks like they were pretty much low on the performance enhancers, but plenty of ergonomic treatments. That's fine. That will still help me contribute. Yeah, let's just take a look here. We are now at... no, that's the bounty hunting one. We're now at 320 units collected, right? Now, at a T9, I would certainly be making quicker progress. But, again, I like the speed of this crate. Ship interiors, yes or no? Good question. I am 100% yes. 100% yes. I would be fine if they put them in and they had no purpose. I wouldn't get tired of them. I think it helps with the immersion. But I think the way that they would do it is you'd have to have a purpose to have them. Like, the way I would do it is you enter the ship either through an elevator that goes directly to your cockpit, to your back hangar, or to the ship interior, right? Like, I would almost say, like, when you go from the cockpit into the ship interior, I'm fine with, like, a load screen and, like, it's a different environment or whatever and no windows. But for me, what would be important is, like, if you going into the ship interiors, I would like to have like a captain's quarter where you can customize the furniture. Hey, I will spend arcs on rugs and little weird alien antler heads to have on the wall and all that sort of stuff, bobbleheads, etc. I would like to have different rooms that have different functions, like a mapping room where you go in and you can plot routes and probe nearby systems or send probes from there, or do a bunch of functions. A room that is like the shield generator, and maybe if, like, let's say you're multi-crewing and you're in combat and your sort of co-pilot gets out from their chair, runs into the back end, goes to the shield room, and starts plugging power regulators into different slots to give your shields a faster recharge rate. Stuff that would give like multi-crew a function. So like, hey, I need you to run back there and fix the shield regulator, right? And that's where you could include some of the like materials that you collect when you're on ground. So I'm all for ship interiors. I think that, it's probably going to be a challenge. It sounds like it's probably going to be a hard thing for them to do, but if they don't have it on the roadmap now, I think that's a terrible mistake. I think it needs to be on the roadmap, right? And they need to come out and say that, look, and they kind of did. I saw a post from Bruce on the forum. It was him like apologizing for what he said to that dude about like, why don't you apply to be a project manager? We'll let you know if we're hiring, which, believe me, I like Bruce. I think he's the darkest community manager with like this nice sardonic sense of humor. He's the one I normally laugh at. So I'm down with Bruce. He's cool. That comment, I do admit, was a little bit like, you're a community manager, right? Like, you still gotta kind of represent, right? But he came out and apologized for it. And in that forum post, he also says, like, when, and I'm paraphrasing here, when we said that ship interiors are not on the roadmap, and if you guys would like it, then maybe we'll do it, keep hounding us. Like, what he really might have meant there is kind of like, just because it's not on the roadmap doesn't mean it's not something we still plan to do. It's just not on the immediate roadmap. But because again, they're always assessing and like, is it going to be worth our time to do this, or what's the cost benefit analysis of this feature? But if people keep hounding us, obviously we'll be able to have ammunition to go back to the devs and say, look, like, we really need to prioritize this. And, I hope they do. I don't think I want ship interiors next week. I want them to optimize the game and fix the bugs and make everything shiny and pretty and connect some more of the features and a little bit more content with what we already have. But I would like to see from Frontier at some point they say, hey guys, we said it back in the Kickstarter, and we're going to reiterate it now that it is in the plan. We are going to do it at some point, right? You don't need to commit to a date. Just let us know that you haven't forgotten and that you don't think it's like again, the thing that bothered me was like, I think it was Arthur's justification saying, why would we put ship interiors in the game? There's no gameplay and it would be boring. And I'm like, well, have you ever landed on a medium pad and then just walked to the elevator? Because, yeah, I agree with you. If that's what ship interiors would be, a lot of people would be bored. But if, like even just walking onto the concourse is a little bit of that, right? Like, you're not, there's some of that in the game, and some of it I'm fine with. Put some gameplay attached to it for ship interiors, like, hey, here's internal repairs, external EVA for going out, and as an explorer, I want to repair my canopy. I can go out of my ship and repair my canopy in an EVA. Cool, man. Like no one's gonna get bored of that stuff. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. Anyway, but I think I'm all in for interiors. Absolutely. I don't think it's a priority feature, but I think it's something that, if they want to continue to compete and be relevant with Star Citizen and No Man's Sky, they have fleet carrier interiors. They need to do it. I think it would be more realistic. I would rather that, even though I don't own a fleet carrier, and I never will, and I hate them with every fiber of my being, I'm just kidding, but I would rather see like concourses and interiors added to fleet carriers for those players before ship interiors. But I want it on the roadmap, and I want them to say, we will get to it. Even if we don't know when, we don't have a plan for when, it's something that we want as well as you guys. And I get that there are some people out there that say, hey, I don't care about ship interiors, I don't even want them. I respect that. And therefore I'd say for that, I hope that when they do add ship interiors, that it doesn't impact anyone that didn't really want them, right? Like, they have to do it in a way that doesn't require people to do it. It's like, to me, the benefit of ship interiors would be like something that enhances your ship but isn't needed, right? Like multi-crew, you get that extra pip, but you don't really need it, right? You can survive without it. It should always be enhancements. Like, and I think ship interiors will need to be combined with better multi-crew instancing and functionality. To me, I want to have a co-pilot on my ship and say, hey, run back to the engines and hit it with a little wrench a few times and solve a puzzle on a computer and increase my jump range by 50%. Cool stuff like that. Maybe as an alternative to collecting materials, right? Like either A, go collect some materials, manufacture some jumponium, or get out of your pilot seat, even if you're not multi-crewing, go back to your engines, hit it with a little wrench, and then come back and you've got that jump boost, right? The materials are like paying to do the manual labor, but the ship interiors are where you can get all those modifications. Craft ammo for your missiles when you're out, right? And if you have multi-crew, you have your co-pilots going back and doing that while you can still fly. If you don't have multi-crew, then you have to leave your cockpit and potentially be vulnerable. Or maybe your NPC crew can fly your ship, as opposed to just suck your money. Anyway, sorry. I went on a little rant there. But, I think that's how I feel about ship interiors. And let's see what you guys think. Now, let me catch up on this. Watt says, FDev proved time and time again that the wishes of the community are the lowest level of importance to them. I kind of agree with that, where I think that they have like their own vision, but their vision kind of is compromised and changes, and it doesn't sometimes align with the community. And I do wish that they would kind of listen, as opposed to really, they tend to get a little stubborn-headed and say like, no, this is the great idea that we've had and you guys are going to love it. And we're like, we told you what we wanted, this isn't what we wanted. But they're still like, oh, but our idea is so great. And I don't know, maybe there are technical limitations and then they just have to kind of sell things to us. But I kind of agree with that. They are a little bit, like, I wouldn't call it out of touch. Like, I think they do listen. I just don't think they always act on what people want, right? But the problem is the community's always divided on stuff, right? And fair enough, there's going to be all types of players in there. People that like exploration, people that like combat, people that like on foot, people that like ships. So I kind of get that, right? It's hard to please everyone. And then Jerry, you're saying suggestions are sort of stuff that you want to see. Yeah. Well, they did make space legs. And look, and yeah, people were saying, give me space legs, give me space legs. The day that we get space legs, everyone's like, give me ship interiors. The day we get ship interiors, people will be like, give me Cloud City. Hey, you know what? Right on. I want all that stuff. I'm not going to hound them for it. Like, okay, let's enjoy space legs for a bit before we really start the give us free the interior campaigns, but it's definitely something I want to see, and they need to know that. They made a bolt-on game that bears no relation to the rest of the game. I kind of semi-agree with that. I do think that like there needs to be more integration between the different quote-unquote spheres of combat, right? Like if I'm like walking around on the ground, it really does not connect that well to the space gameplay, and I think that's an area that they could tie in. I would like to see missions where it's like, go here and kill this guy in your ship, and then bring his head to me at a base, and kind of combines the different elements. I'd love to see stuff like that. And then Jerry's saying, yeah, Bruce is a bit hot-headed. I don't hold it against him. The community can be toxic. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, like, those CMs are, like, under a lot of pressure. They're getting, like, shit on by everyone. I don't, this is... I agree absolutely with what Frontier put out of, like, don't be toxic. We're going to ban you if you're just being a knob, right? I agree with that. Be constructive, and keep in mind that, like, criticize the game, criticize the design, say what you want, but don't rag on people that work at a company, or... we don't understand what's going on, what their company needs are. Like, you have to separate, like, a company, which, like, who's a fan of FDev? I don't give a shit about a company called FDev. Like, it's just a company. Just like any other mega corporation out there, all I want from them is a product. And the product is Elite, and that's the product I love. Could care less about what happens to, or how they structure their company. But what I want to see is this game continue to thrive, continue to grow. I want people to love it. I want to tell a friend about it and not have them look at it and go, that looks boring. And I want it to continue, right? But, you know, don't take it out on the CMs. I mean, I'll say in particular, the one CM that I think sets the best example is Sally. She's clearly passionate for the game. Her responses are always on point. She's always listening. She does a great job explaining it. As much as I love Bruce for like his sense of humor, and like Zach has kind of like he's a fun guy, and Arthur I think is very lively. He's a good showman, but Sally nails what I think they should be doing in terms of response. So kudos to Sally. I'm glad that she used to be with Frontier and then of course came back, and I'm glad that she's there because I think she's on point. ED has bugs? Yeah, they're called Thargoids. You can kill them, or you can feed them escape pods, or meta allies, as you choose. You should really be able to use weapons in anarchy stations, having pirates not paying for the job done, threatening you with some tattooed hulks, and shoot everyone to loot the money. Okay, I don't think that'll ever happen, but cool, I like that. I would like the ability of like going onto a derelict station where, you know, there are scavengers, like an abandoned Orbis station, and you can find the concourse and go explore hallways and different randomly generated rooms, and there are maybe bad guys, maybe zombies, I don't know. But I would love to have some of those station concourses where, yeah, you can threaten people, and maybe Omnipol gets, or Omnipolice, or whatever the heck they call them, gets starts running after you through the corridors, right? That'd be super cool. Hold on, let me just buy what I came here to buy. See, okay, they've got now 113 performance enhancers, so they are restocking at a ludicrous rate. So let's fill up. This will be a last trade run, then we'll do some piracy. And let me just set my route. Routing. I wish there was just like you could set up a trade loop. And just sort of say, like, I want to go back and forth between these two stations 14 times and not have to set it each time. That would be a nice little tweaky quality of life thing that would make these CGs a little bit more nice. Or being hunted by bounty hunters in the bars. Well, that might take it a little bit too far. I mean, like, I would imagine the concourses on an active station should be kind of like safe spaces. Because, I mean, keep in mind, if the bounty hunters could hunt you and you could pull out weapons, you're going to get ganked while you're trading materials at the bartender. Not that I'm, like, totally opposed to that, but I think it would kind of get annoying. But I would like to have, like, you know, stations that you can walk around in and pull your weapons out that are maybe abandoned stations or whatever. And there's some gameplay with it, right? Like, they now kind of have the assets and they can build on the assets, or so I assume. Maybe they've backed themselves in a corner at this point. They're really trying to figure out what the hell can we do, because this Cobra engine is getting old or something. I don't know. They said they want to do new mission types that have you use legs and ships. Okay, wonderful. So if they are going to do that, that would be cool. Even if they're chain missions, like, I just think, yeah, like, they need to do more links between the new gameplay and the old ones. Getting hunted by authorities, criminals on foot would be cool. Yeah, I do like the idea, but I'm like, I feel like, you know, when you're using your space legs, oftentimes you're either exploring, or you're spending, like, you're at a facility doing something, and I think they have wanted statuses, they have the guards scanning you. Like, there aren't a lot of situations where you're spending, like, 90%, like, you never walk from one base to another, or you're driving in your SRV, and some police SRV shows up behind you with the sirens blaring and says, "Pull over! I need your license and identification." Now, that would be kind of cool, though. If there were, like, roads between larger settlements and you could drive on them, there would be a reason to do so. I don't know what that would be at this time, but you could get, like, pulled over like a police stop. That'd be kind of cool. More unique layouts for the concourse would be nice. Yeah, I agree. I think, like, at this point, just give me more station concourse variety, and ground-based variety. With the existing assets you have, tweak them, tweak the textures. It is starting to feel a little bit samey. When this station looks like this station, and this station looks like this station, and the only real difference is how many annoying NPCs are going to bug you on which station. I would like to see more variety there. And also just, like, give me some more corridors that you walk down and it's a dead end, but it adds a little flavor, or the shops are in different locations on different stations, you know, just something that mixes it up just a little bit, right? Even if it's just a little bit. Like, right now, it seems the only difference between the stations is the lighting, right? Fair enough, sometimes you land on an outpost, you're like, oh, wow, this is a nice blue one, oh, a nice red one. But I would like to see down the road like more, procedurally generated variants, right? Between textures and layouts and shop locations and all that sort of fun stuff. That's where I really look at Odyssey as like a very groundwork, foundational update that the hope is they will continue to iterate. Multi-crew is a bit underdeveloped. Agreed. I think insanely underdeveloped. I'd like to see a lot more focus on multi-crew, because I think that's actually like one of the coolest parts of the game that just doesn't fucking work at all. It's just, every time you try multi-crew, it's always glitching out, and I love it. I love the idea of like, I've got a crew on my ship and we're gonna go do something together. And I'd like more like, I don't want it to be like a limitation where I can't have like wings in multi-crew, which, hey, they kind of solved with the whole teams things now. So now you can have like someone on your ship and a wingmate in another ship. That's cool. That's an improvement, except for the fact that multi-crew is still completely busted. And it might be instancing. Maybe they need to fix instancing for multi-crew to truly make sense, but you should be able to fly your friend's ship or swap roles within the ship so that I get out of my chair, you become the pilot, I become the gunner. Right? This was like a headliner Horizon feature, and it never really hit its true potential. And I would love to see that be a focus. What you're saying, sadly, multi-crew is like many other features in ED, abandonware. Whatever happened to squadrons? Well, I got a squadron of 1. Where is it here? Yeah, and I'm like, what do I do with it? I can align it with the dark wheel. That's fun. Another underdeveloped feature that like I think has a lot of potential and just probably needs like more attention, right? But you never know. Why did they abandon it? Was it like, we could focus on this, or we could focus on something else that was more important and more beloved? Well, I don't know what goes into these decisions, but I can only say what I would like to see and what I do enjoy and what I want to see more of, right? And what I don't like. Imagine multi-crew getting the same treatment as mining. Oh, I would like to see even more. Like, I think multi-crew is a huge area of the game. I would love to do an exploration trip and have all, have 5 people on my crew. Only 3 of them maybe can be, sitting in the chairs, but the other ones can be in the back and taking out a sidewinder out of an anaconda, do their own exploration, and I'd also like to see, as much as this is like probably going to be a controversial thing to say, but whether you are in telepresence or whether you're physical multi-crew, you should be able to get into your friendship at any point and be able to get out in an SRV, walk around. I don't care if you're a holo-me or a real person. There shouldn't be a difference in that functionality, right? Like, if my friends at Colonia wants me to pop on his ship and crew with him, like, let's take immersion, put it to the side for a second, and just focus on, like, 2 people trying to enjoy a video game, right? I would like that. Please, Daddy Frontier, please, Daddy Braben. I will help you make new drugs for the galaxy, Daddy Braben, but you must fix multi-crew, please. Yeah, it feels right now like every settlement feels like an instance cut out from the rest of the world. It would have been more interesting to see mine being linked with roads and refineries and such. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while I found like a couple settlements that are close enough together that, you could probably drive from one to the other in an SRV. There's just no real point to doing it, or a road between them. And again, look, what we have right now are essentially like planets without an atmosphere with very light atmospheres. Maybe that's how they are on those planets, and maybe at some point when we are adding, say, for example, heavy atmosphere planets or Earth-like worlds or water worlds. Do those station lights just change color? But anyway, once we get to those more advanced worlds, maybe that's where I would like to see a different perception on how those bases work, and maybe that will work differently than the ones we have now, and that's in their roadmap if that exists. So I agree with that. All right, so this will be our last little trade run. Let's just see how much lovely profit we make off this. We're gonna trade these 7 ergonomic treatments. 100 grand for 7 things, right? Or, well, 76 grand profit, but that's nothing to shake at. 3 million for these performance enhancers. So yeah, guys, if you're doing the CG, go for performance enhancers. Those are the real profitable ones. Let's just see where that puts us. See where we ended up. I might do some work of this later after the stream or whatever. Not today, but later in the week, assuming it's still up. It's not progressing nearly at the rate that the one for Hesperus did. But at 440 units, still in the top 100%. I'm going to need to do that. Everything I just did there all over again, like 3 times to get into the top 75%. So there are some real serious traders out there crushing this community goal. Good on them. Good on them, because they are bringing drugs to the galaxy, and that is what is important today. It's getting people high. Getting the galaxy high. All right. I think before we get into the piracy, I'll take a quick, like a 5-minute bio break here. But let's just go out on the concourse and see what we can see. See how we feel about this concourse. And maybe I don't know. Maybe this is the one concourse in the entire game, because it's Kumo City, that's different. Maybe there'll be something new and unique here. Visit the Voyager probes, only in Sol. I mean, it is 3307. Are the Voyager probes not like already like well past the Oort cloud and heliosphere? I wonder if those are scientifically accurate. Like if the location of Voyager 2 in the game... What the hell? Apparently this piece of ground is... I can't like step over this. Yeah. My commander's just like, what do I do? How do I walk? Teach me how to walk, Braben. But yeah, I would like to know if that was... Jerry, no. Unfortunately, this CG, I think it's just cash rewards and the sort of, I guess, secondary reward, which in the last CG was like an engineered like Guardian weapon. This one, there's no engineered equipment or anything, but the sort of secondary reward or the alternate prize is that, depending on the tiers, let me just pop over here on the mission screen. Oh wait, I can't see community goals from the damn ship computer here, because this is just for feat missions. Another thing that I think makes it disconnected, or sort of like that's a point that goes into it, but we can find it here. So basically, if you if the trade goal reaches tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, that will allow these Helix drugs to be stocked at either 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, or 50% of all the Anarchy stations. So if this CG maxes out at tier 5, 50% of any Anarchy system in the bubble will have this drug for sale. So really, the more people that contribute to the trade goal, the more the drugs will spread around the galaxy, the more people will be high, the more fun and addiction will be rampant. So we want to support getting as much of the galaxy high as possible. Such an evil thing to say, but you know, that's what piracy is all about. And this, you know, you can see, like, again, same concourse, but this one's a little orangey. It's a very orangey station. Sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're red. I think the orangey's cool. It makes it a little kind of industrial. Feels like dirty, polluted Blade Runner sort of style. But you know, again, same old in terms of layout and where the shops are located. What you will find is the only real difference is what you're selling at Pioneer. And ironically, yeah, even though this is a CG... Oh, wait, yeah, no, I was going to say, I thought I saw an upgraded suit, but, like, you go to place... Like, every time they do a tick on Thursday, if you look at weapons and suits, you'll sometimes find pre-engineered suits or grade 3 Dominators with a mod installed. You're more likely to find them on the outskirts of the bubble just from random outposts that are, you know, 100 light seconds away from the main star, because no one would have gone there. Because the way they work is when the tick happens, the inventory restocks, and then if someone buys them, they're gone. Like, one commander buys that item, it's out of stock. Kind of a cool thing. Oh, whoa. Get out of there, lady. I was standing there looking out the window. You, get out of here. Go. Move. This is my spot. Jerk. I like your hair, though. It's kind of cool, like a tiger lady.
Yourself.
Oh, you watch yourself. I was here first. All right, I'll go over here. What are you? Did you just at me, lady? Seriously? Whatever. I'm just gonna walk away. But I do love just like looking out the window, especially in open mode at a CG, and you'll see the people streaming in. Right now, it seems pretty quiet in this. Station. Loot, you're saying both Voyagers are still in the sun's influence. But I mean, like, is it the right amount of light seconds away from the parent star? Right? Like when you go visit Voyager 2 in Sol in Elite, are you technically outside of the heliosphere when you do encounter it? And is it in like a scientifically accurate position, or did they just say, well, we'll just put it in Sol because you can't really put something between Sol and Alpha Centauri, which I would imagine by 3303 is, or 3307, let alone where Voyager would be sort of out there in interstellar space. Because right now the Voyager 1 and 2 probes is if correct me if I'm wrong, are just in the process of leaving the heliosphere. They're just going through that little gravity well at the very edge of the solar system and entering into interstellar space. Yes, Jerry, vendor stock is shared between players. Like, you normally go to a station and it's like whatever stock they have, everyone can access it. But then the vendors on tick day, which is Thursday, when they sort of reset the system, the vendors, some of them will get 1 or 2 additional pre-upgrade items. Aside from the pre-upgraded items, you'll see the same stock for everyone. But for like, if you go to a station and you find a level 2 suit with a mod installed, there is only a quantity of 1. Once you buy it, that's gone. It'll have whatever it defaults to. But if someone else buys it before you, then it's gone. Now, some commanders I've seen in Discords, a couple, I think it was it FleetCom or Elite Week or something like that. They were listing items and where you could buy them after the tick. And if you got there quick enough before someone else did, you could buy that item. But if someone else bought it, that upgraded item is gone, and you're only left with whatever the sort of standard regular level 1 stock is, right? Interesting, right? So therefore, when a Thursday hits, you could go to any station, potentially find something upgraded. The less popular, the better. The less likely another commander is visited, the higher your odds are of finding something upgraded. That's how I was able to find an Artemis suit, level 3, pre-upgraded, with not noise suppression, but like the one that makes your footsteps quieter, which at the time, because smear campaigns were not even in the game, no one could unlock, because that engineer was inaccessible, and there was only one engineer that could do that upgrade. So I was managed to get the sneaky suit just through kind of using that tactic, right? Ooh, I think that's a player. I don't know. He's flying a little bit chunky, which makes me think it's a player, but it could just be like a NPC that's high on onion head. Although that purple paint job, I think that's a player. I do love this. Anyway, so yeah, it is a cool little mechanic, Jerry. It's like, it gives you a chance to find something special and unique and skip some of the grind. I don't like how it's sort of like random, but I can't think of a better way to do it. So for now, at least just knowing that it's there, I think it's a super cool way to skip a little of the grind, beef up your equipment, and there's still an element there that makes it not so random. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take a quick bio break. I'll throw over to the bio break screen. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, and then we will switch over to some outer piracy. We will interdict NPCs if we have to, but I'd love to trap a commander and get him to give me what's in their cargo. So more when we are back. We will see you shortly on Elite Dangus. BRB.
Oh, in my space cow, I can haul 500 tons of gold. All that tasty cargo. Oh, in my space cow, baby, don't you get in my way. I'm a coming in cold. I'm coming in hot. There's a fighter in the bay, but before she gets away, my 3D shields be on the floor. I'll be staring at rebuy. Oh, why? None of the damn rebuy. Better move your ass right now. Coming through your slide, my cow. In my space cow, I turn like a brick, but I just don't care. Is there a blue zone on this thing? In my space cow, baby. I'm off to Hutton, grab me a mug, oh yeah. And a girl by the hair. It may seem a long, long way, but I like hauling far. Just open up that beer, my girl. Try to silent run while I scoop deep from your stall. My temperature's rising high. Is that a neutron star? Doesn't matter, I can't jump far in my big Type 9. Anacondas can jump to Beagle Point, but they don't fill the slots of my big beef joint. Pick your ass and your Type 7, stick when the sun don't shine. The cutter, it don't cut it to me. Call me mad, but I don't love the grind. Oh, in my big space cow, better move your ass right now. Coming through your slot right now, in my big space cow. Oh, in my space cow, I can haul 500 tons of gold. All that tasty cargo. Oh, in my space cow, baby, don't you get in my way, I'm a coming in cold. I'm coming in hot. There's a fighter in the bay, but before she gets away, my 3D shields be on the floor. I'll be staring at rebuy. Oh, why? None of the damn rebuy. Better move your ass right now. Coming through your slot, my cow. In my space cow, I turn like a brick, but I just don't care. Is there a blue zone on this thing? In my space cow, baby. I'm off to Hutton, grab me a mug, oh yeah. And a girl by the hair. It may seem a long, long way, but I like hauling far. Just open up that beer, my girl. Try to silent run while I scoop deep from your stall. My temperature's rising high. Is that a neutron star? Doesn't matter, I can't jump far in my big Type 9.
And we're back. Hello. Hope you also all got your own little bio breaks in. A little water, some hydrate, do a little stretch. I do find from doing a few of the other streams where I would go a little bit over time, do like 5-6 hour streams. It's Sleepy Pete! Oh my god, I found him! This is where you are, Sleepy Pete. You're on the Kumo Crew. Sleepy Pete! It's Sleepy Pete, ladies and gentlemen. He's back! If you don't know Sleepy Pete, during the Odyssey, I don't think this is Sleepy Pete. He looks a little different. Or maybe he just lost some weight, I don't know. But Sleepy Pete was a rather famous, the Peter the Sleeper, otherwise known as. And on the during the Elite Dangus Alpha, when every concourse was like identical, Sleepy Pete was always a fixture in this particular spot, taking his nap. Every once in a while, apparently he would wake up and wander around, but or there were sightings of this, but it's been a while since I've seen Peter the Sleeper. I've seen other sleepers, but this one does at least remind me of Peter. And you can see there he's having little dreams. His mouth is open and moving, just like he's having a little conversation in the dream. What is he dreaming about? Is he dreaming about ship interiors, do you think? Or maybe he dreams of gas giant landings or atmospheric worlds. Who knows what goes on in the mind of Peter the Sleeper. But nice to see you again, Peter. It's been a while. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna head to the little ship vendor here. Let's see if we can find you the perfect ship. Well, I already have a ship. I don't need your help. I just want my adder. Give me my ship. And this ship already has bounty, as most of them do. Like, I don't have many. Okay, these ships are clean apparently, but yeah, my Python's wanted. All my main squeezes. My Dumpster Dan Cobra Mark III. So many bounties out there attached to ships. It's and I feel like, you know, like now there's sort of like, I'm not really sure where we stand on the crime and punishment. It seems like commanders themselves have crimes against them, but ships can also apparently retain crimes, and I don't know, I guess like when you do crimes in a ship, it's on that ship, but if you have crimes on you and you enter a ship that isn't wanted, does that make the ship wanted? I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I haven't figured it out yet. And I doubt anyone has, because, you know. But here we go. This adder does not look like your typical taxi, and oh my god, can you please, like, put a little sign here that says, warning, the floor is not finished. Live routing, and you're not going to put a panel over this so I have to trip over it? Pirate stations just don't, you know, they need like a good maintenance crew here. I'll tell you, the Kumo needs to hire some, that guy Mechanic Man, you know? I don't know if you know the channel, the elite YouTuber Mechanic Man, one of my favorites. He's hilarious. There aren't that many, like, you know, elite comedians. Mechanic Man is hilarious. He does like this VR shtick. Really interesting channel if you don't know him. Check him out. And what's up, Tokoso? Yeah, Sleepy Pete looks like he got a tan. Maybe he was out basking by a neutron star for too long. Is there omnipresent overlord who sees us do the crime? Yeah, I this is the thing of, like, you know, who is keeping track of this crime? Is it the Pilots Federation? Is it the local authorities, the superpowers? I really, really, really want to do a video reworking the crime and punishment system, or at least, you know, taking a look at potentially other ways they could do it, because I think there's huge potential there. But yeah, so my little adder here. And by the way, if you've been listening to the stream and you're like wondering what is that awesome music in the background, that is Tokoso's beautiful music there in the background. Always streaming with Tokoso's tunes in the background. He has done an Elite Dangerous album and tons of Elite music for many of the content creators. You might go look at Yamix's channel and go, wow, that music sounds great too. And it's probably Tokoso. It's a shame that Tokoso music does not play in stations, and Frontier needs to put Tokoso music in the stations. That's what needs to happen. One day we're going to do a campaign towards that. But not today. Today we are just spreading drugs. We are trying to get as much of the galaxy high as humanly possible. But let's just take a look at the quick outfitting. So I've got a multi-cannon, a railgun, and a seeker missile rack. That's so I'm just, you know, set for any occasion. I got heat sinks and chafes. So chafes for when I get into trouble, and most people use gimbals, so that's always a useful thing to have. Heat sink launcher for when it just gets too hot and I need to cool down. It's basically an air conditioning unit for the ship. I've got military-grade composite with a little bit of engineering on it. Power plants, thrusters, frameshift drive, everything is engineered to the nines. And then, of course, some hull reinforcement, because I am running a shieldless pirate build, because I'm stupid. And, you know, not that much cargo rack space, but, you know, because, you know, you need a frameshift drive interdictor, hatch breakers, and collector limpets. And if you don't have hull reinforcement when you're running a shieldless build, you're basically flying around in a paper airplane. But that is all we're going to really need. I mean, really, we are relying on, I think, sympathy. When people see an adder trying to pirate them, our real hope here is that they feel bad. Now, we need to do something here, which really, they need to rework this to remind people, like, yo, you have limpet controllers, get some limpets, you know? We'll take 10 limpets. We will need hatch breakers, we'll need collector limpets. We can always dump what we don't need. And now we're ready for some piracy. So let's go out there and let's see if we can catch a commander unawares and convince them to give me that tasty cargo so that my children can eat tonight. My Dangus children. Alright. And I'll probably do maybe just another half hour of the stream. So I was going to try to do some bounty hunting at the end of it. Ooh, what's going on here? We've got 2 NPCs. They've somehow become entangled. Dirac, famous mathematician, is apparently doesn't know what to do with this dolphin. Martin Erhardsen. Like, What is going on here? What are you doing? What are you doing over here? What are you doing? Rex pen. But yeah, sometimes... Ooh, ooh, ooh. What did I hit? What did I hit? Was it another ship? Did I hit the station bar? What are you doing? What are these two doing? I think they're just like they're lining up for a race. Let's line up with them. Let's see who can get out of the mail slot first. Just gonna come snuggle in on the side. Let's just line things up. I'm gonna go into camera mode here. All right, we need to just get a little bit closer. Let's just line it up for the race. Okay. On your marks. Get set. Go. I win! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I win blackout cam. That apparently disturbed that dolphin a little bit. Maybe that was the motivation that they needed to get unstuck. Or maybe they're going to get killed for loitering. I don't care. I want piracy. And of course, 97% hull. Why not? We don't need that extra 3%. That 3% hull was actually slowing us down. We probably knocked off a little bit of the engine, but we'll actually go faster as a result. Not because of like aerodynamics, but because of mass dynamics. Because there is no air in space, just vacuum. So here we are in open, and there's no one in the system now. One thing you could do is you could wait by the station and try and interdict them at the last minute, but it's probably better to kind of chill around the main star where people will warp in, and then at least you'll have a little more of a lineup in order to get your interdictor, which we're going to switch to right now just so we're ready. And it is okay, good. It is the right button, because I'm like I think I have this bound on the same binding as like a heatsink. Yeah, so I'm like, if I had pressed the wrong button, I would have lost the heatsink there. Now, of course, we don't need to necessarily pirate only players. We could also be looking at, there's a hauler, for example. And you can see here, okay, this guy has like 2 drives, apparently. Okay, that's new. But he doesn't even have a cargo bay. So I don't think he's going to have anything on him. But that is kind of like when you are pirating, you want to kind of take a look at what modules they have. And in a normal piracy situation, you know, if they've got mining lasers, there's a pretty good chance that they've been out mining. And therefore, that will help inform you as to which interdictions to do and which ones might waste your time. Ooh, we have a Type 9 here. Private courier service. Let's take a look. Again, 2 drives. Okay, apparently all these ships are double engining it. He's got mines and beam lasers and fragment cannons. Oh my. Oh, hello, son. Oops. Okay, apparently what is that? What the heck is that? There's something on the sun. Is that gonna still be there in camera mode? What is going on? There's like a little patch of the sun that's missing. A little, that's a strange shape for... Like, what could cause that? Is that like the shadow of a T9 kind of thing? And by the way, this looks freaking cool. That looks like a party. I like this. I gotta take a screenshot. There we go. Now these are how you do solar flares, not like these weird McArches. You know, that just makes me want to go to McDonald's and get a McArch, which I don't think exists anymore. But this like lava burst here, super cool. I'm digging that. That though, like, what is that? What is that supposed to look like? I've got everything turned to maximum, so it's definitely not me. Alright, well, enough of this. We lost that T9 because it fell into the sun. As you do. Alright, let us see. What do we got here? We got nobody. Okay, well, let's just get out of the sun's influence so that we don't burn ourselves to death. There we go. Heat is dropping. And yeah, this is the part of piracy where you're just like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here until something happens. And, you know, again, this is where I'm like, I'm not sure how instancing works, but I think if I'm sitting here in open, I've created an instance, and therefore it's now likely that someone will land in this instance. If I were to try jumping in and out of Super Cruise, maybe I'll land in someone else's instance, but it might be by the time that they are, you know, by the time I get in their instance, they're already at the destination. So really, the best thing you can do is just sit here and wait. And of course, NPCs will spawn. Let's see, we got a Type 6 there. That could be a good target. What do you got, my friend Jacob? He's wanted. Okay. Don't see, I don't know. Maybe they have 2 drives, but we don't get to see if they have cargo bays anymore. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, you know what? Let's just give him a try. All right, we are interdicting Jacob here. I swear, if like a player shows up right before I interdict this guy, I'm gonna be so mad. Again, not too difficult to avoid or interdict NPCs. They don't really put up that much of a struggle, even if they're elite ranked. This guy's mostly harmless though, so I'm not really too concerned. All right, now give me your loot. Give me a break, as if I don't have enough to worry about with the law. Give me the loot. Now, of course, these little guys. Let me see here. I don't know if you can really get them to drop it on their own. You kind of got to manually extract it, right? I don't have a frameshift wake scanner, or maybe I do. Hold on, or not the frameshift wake, the cargo scanner. I do not. And you know what? I just want a pittance. I just want a tiny little bit of stuff. So I'm going to just hatch break the guy. I'm not going to bother with like disabling his drives and shooting at him. That's just going to get me into trouble with the law. Although we are in pirate space, it's not a big deal. I just want some of what you got. I don't want everything. Just, you know, a little smattering. Open up my cargo hatch. I've already got a collector limpet out there. So as soon as they start dropping the goods... oh, here we go. Narcotics. Yeah! Prototype tech. I'll take it. All right. I'm not upset. Bauxite, narcotics. Yeah, this guy's carrying drugs and materials and all this lovely stuff. Now, of course, he's not shooting at me, and he doesn't seem to be really trying to get away, so... I mean, we'll just sit here and scoop up all his good stuff, and hopefully, yeah, he's not even taking revenge. Get out of here, you scamp! Yeah. And there you have it. I mean, if you don't shoot them, then you're going to get all this lovely stuff, and they don't seem to really care. Oh, wait, is he picking up his own... Oh, he's going to collect his own goods. So now it's a race of, like, who can get the stuff back. He's like, you broke open my hatch. Let me go get all this stuff back. But he doesn't have collector limpets, so I have the advantage. Loser! That's right, Jacob. Maybe if you didn't have such a loose cargo hatch, then wouldn't be so much of an issue. Now, I probably can discourage him from scooping up his own gear just by getting really close to him. And he's going to freak out and go like, ah! And that'll buy some time for my collector limpet to grab what I need to grab. Now, of course, this went really smooth, so I'm probably going to need to get rid of some limpets. I'll just jettison, I don't know, 3 of them. Oh, wait. Oh, that's my limpet. Okay. He's going after that bauxite. You can have the bauxite. I want the prototype tech. Do not don't make me hatchbreaker you again. You son of a bitch. Okay, you know what? Now you're getting it. I don't care. Get back here. I want that sweet loot. I like how he's not hitting me or even like saying like, stop it, dude. I don't know, maybe because his he is wanted, right? So it's possible. What the hell was that? What did you just do? Did he just accidentally blow up a cargo? What is that? Oh, that's a limpet. Poor limpet. That must be my hatch breaker. That's a big limpet there, eh? Stop blowing stuff up! Jacob, you butterfingers! Oh my god, there's so much stuff here. You were loaded! Alright, I am not going to complain. And now we just sit here and wait for the collector limpet to do all the heavy lifting. Maybe even go into camera mode. I don't even feel concerned about my well-being because Jacob here is just not in the mood to fight. Which, you know, I'll take that. Making piracy easier. Where's my limpet gone? Where'd it be? Limpet. Are you still out there or did you die? No, it's apparently out there, but why you no come home? Oh, it's just taking a while. Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing is you typically want to disable their drives and then loot them because otherwise the cargo gets spread over a large, wide open area. I feel like that's an Oxy quote right there. That's Proxim. A large open area. I'm actually going to put a bauxite on the ignore list because I will take the narcotics and I will take the prototype tech. That's what I really would like. Because that fits the theme of, like, we're going out here spreading drugs to the galaxy. Apparently this guy's just got his own party going. But I will take these narcotics and make good use of them, either through selling them or other more nefarious uses. And yeah, prototype tech, I don't know what that is, but it sounds expensive. The latest developments in experimental technology. Unsanctioned possession of prototype tech is severely punished. So apparently, yeah, this is highly illegal for some reason. We don't want people having the new iPhone 7 before, you know, it's out there, right? All right, and you know what? I think I feel satisfied with that little haul. So Jacob, I will let you go. I'll let you go free. You're free to go, my friend. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day. Sorry about the loot, but, you know, family's got to eat. Oops. Okay. That took a little chunk out of the hole. Sorry, that was an unplanned boop. You can have that last backside. And let's head back to Kumo and see if we can sell something. If not, maybe we'll find a commander on the way that we can replicate this successful pirating run with. But yeah, you know, piracy is something that is a much harder thing to be profitable doing. And obviously you're racking up crimes and potentially depending on the system. This is obviously an anarchy system, so no one really cares. But if this were, you know, if I was sitting in Lave doing this, I'd be in deep doo-doo. But I think it's one of the most fun activities to do in the game, even though it's not as rewarding or efficient as going mining or trading. There's that like thrill of the chase that you get with piracy. Whether it's NPCs or commanders, it definitely is a fun activity to do in Elite. Alright, so we'll drop in on Kumo, and we will... Hopefully these guys have a black market. I mean... Oh yeah, they don't find that there. You have to go in. I'm not going into the system map. We'll find out when we dock. But hopefully, given that this is like the center of all pirate activity and the headquarters of the Kumo Crew, this probably should have a black market. And ooh, I love this planet. I do love these sort of black and red lava planets. I cannot wait until we can land on those. And yeah, like, you know, you guys were talking about earlier, but like we were talking about like ship interiors, and I'd rather, you know, even though I want ship interiors, I'd rather be able to land on that sucker sooner. And that's what I was kind of hoping for Horizons, that like during the Horizons and Beyond season, that they would gradually add more and more types of planets, even if they were like non-atmospheric high metallic worlds, etc. And that's something I'd more like to see sooner, is just, you know, hey, here's a completely new type of planet that you can land on that looks different, that has different features. That would be super cool. Ew. Oh, Rexpen, you're still there, eh? Still there, buddy. Oh my god. And so is this dolphin and Keelback. Wow, you guys haven't been shot down by the station yet? It's the same guy, too. Although I don't know where the mathematician dude went. Oh, there he is, Dirac. legit. What is going on in this station? Whoa. Whoa, Dolphin, what you doing? What you doing there, buddy? He's just like... just looking for a way out. This can be highly entertaining to watch. I want to watch this from the concourse. Let me just land and we'll see how this... Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, there's some reckless flying right there.
Pay attention, Commander.
Yeah, I was paying attention, just not to the thing that I was running into. I was paying attention to something else. What do you want me to multitask everything? Okay, while that loads down, I do love that you can kind of like lower your... Anonymous access? Are you serious? It better just be a fine. There is a black market. Wonderful. There we go. 50 credits. Is there even a point to that? What? No! No way! The black market is disabled. What a disappointment. Oh, wow. That's fine. If they don't want my illegal cargo, I've got something else I can do with it, and we'll do that in a second. But I do want to kind of watch this play out from the concourse before one more pirate run, and then I think I'll call it a night there. After the stream, I'm going to be doing a little bit of filming for my latest Dangus, which I'm super excited. I'm not going to spoil it here, but it will be coming soon, and I think it's the best damn episode that I've ever done. It's going to be awesome. Oh, I guess, yeah, there they are. There they are. What is going on? We got two keel packs dancing in the moonlight. Damn you, blackout camera. But just to sit here and watch this play out, like, I love this kind of stuff. The fact that I can now stand here with my space legs and watch this sort of awkward ballet play out. Like, I don't understand why they're not getting shot for loitering. This is where, again, the crime and punishment system is just, like, unfair and unbalanced, and it forces us to go by a different set of rules than the NPCs. Those jerk NPCs. Oh, here we go! Excelsior! As I was saying that, well, there you go. Justice is served. And we got a beluga there, which is really gonna mess up this little ballet. Oh my god. Yeah, he's not waiting around. He's like, screw you, Keelback, I'm going. I'm not waiting for your bullshit. Dolphin's getting excited. Got a Cobra up there. Now the beluga's thinking, uh-oh. I don't want to get stuck in this mail slot. This is incredible. Oh, the beluga got out. See, okay, if a beluga can make it through the mail slot, what are you doing, Dolphin? What are you doing, Keelback? Like, seriously. Although, yeah, why did that one Keelback get blown up, but, like, these other guys are doing fine? I mean, did that take, like, what, 5-7 minutes to go out and pirate someone and come back for these guys to still be here? I don't know, but this is pretty golden. It's so derpy, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this is good derpy. This is buggy that I like. This is like more of this. I don't care if it's bugs. I want to see this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing. Just standing on the concourse and watching NPCs derp around. Because I guess there's some sort of like there's a conflict between like I don't want to get too close to you, but I have a mission to go out the mail slot. And we got, what is this? Viper, a T7. We got a crate coming in. A lot of traffic right here right now. It's a popular destination. That crate could be a player. It's possible. I don't know any player that would fly around in a Type 7, though. Oh, and look, another crate. That one's definitely a player based on that paint job. Oh, that Cobra does not like that person. He just booped that poor crate. That's a nice paint job. Like, what is that paint job? It looks like it's got veins. Cool. Come on, station. I want to see some boom boom. I want to see some NPC justice. Take them out. Ooh, I might have some stream hiccups there. Hopefully the frame rate's not tanking for you people. Well, that Viper's back out to go bounty hunt, but will it make it through the mail slot? I think the Cobra did. I wasn't paying attention there for a second. But Dolphin and Keelback are now trying to mate. They're getting it on. We're watching some real space porn here. That is the worst sex I've ever seen, though. They're just like, does it work? We just touch our genitals to each other and then wait? Okay, so maybe that is an NPC crate, because a player wouldn't dock and then immediately get off and then just sit there. Or would they? Maybe they were just selling commodities. Quickly get out of there. Yeah, I mean, look, this happened on the stream the other night. It should just fix itself. I don't really know how to fix it, but it did fix itself on the last one. I think it's just like the bandwidth gets throttled. Okay, well, I'll head back to the ship. Maybe being in the concourse is enough for this game to lag. But it's like, welcome to my Elite Dangerous slideshow. In this slide, I was in an elevator. And in this slide, I was in a hangar. Hangar 42 in Kumo City. I guess you're a glass half empty kind of guy. More like I take the glass, I smash it on the ground, and I say, "How dare you give me a glass without a sippy lid and a sippy cup?" I demand a sippy cup. Honestly, when I see frame rates this bad, and I hope no one else there experiences this, but I would feel nauseous. So I hope no one is out there throwing up on my behalf. So I don't know, yeah, like I can't get rid of these stolen things because the black market shut down, which is lame. That the Kumo, is she trying to hide there? But I know what I can do with this stuff. I know exactly what I can do with our looted goods. I hope the frame rates will allow you to see this. Okay. Oh, I see debris. Did they kill Dirac? Oh, that famous mathematician is dead. They killed Kiabak. Well, Martin Edzard, you gotta be next, because, like, you've been here for a while. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to just point myself at you. Or actually, let me do this in the mail slot. Let's just point ourselves there. And we're going to just, like, rain hell upon all of the station. We're dumping cargo in the station. I think this is illegal. Oops. Yeah, jettisoning cargo. That's a fine, not a bounty. But I don't care. I'm dumping narcotics. Die now, wretch. So I've now dumped a bunch of stuff in the station. Dumping cargo near the station. How about in the station? Where is it gone? Where did it end up? Well, it looks like that did unclog the traffic jam. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there's the cargo here. I was hoping to put it in the mail slot so people would run into it and explode. But whatever. All right. I really want to pirate a commander. I would be so happy. The frames went good as soon as I turned from the window, eh? Yeah. Anyway, G-Vine, the black market doesn't work if feudals are in power. What? So if there is a king in the station, then he won't allow the black market? Okay, I get it. I got the fines. You don't need to keep rubbing it in my face. Just keep this is for the rest of my life. It's going to be like, yeah, you got a fine for this. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we'll head back to the parent star. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a commander to interdict. Hey, what's up, Tiny Fox? How you doing? Interstellar littering. You're worse than Elon Musk. Well, yeah, I guess he put a car in space. I just dropped some drugs in a station, which really, you know, if there was a black market, I would have tidily cleaned it up. But apparently, in feudal systems, they don't believe in black markets or whatever. But, here you can see, like, and I don't know if it's just time of day or instancing or whatever, but I've been flying in the open the whole time doing the CG and haven't been pirated myself once. I have seen a few commanders, but most of them have been doing their own thing, thankfully. One did try to interdict me very early on, and I think he was a ganker because I was in a Diamondback, so you wouldn't really... if you were looking to pirate, you wouldn't be going after a Diamondback. Ooh, we have a Type 6 there. Ken Varley. He's wanted. What kind of stuff you got there, Ken? Ooh, seeker missiles. Again, 2 drives. That's a thing now. Everyone's got 2 drives. I only got 1, though. I feel like I'm missing out. Alright, don't slam into the star this time. Do not do it. It's as tempting as it is. Got a Viper over there. Yeah, so there is also a bounty hunting CG, and like I won't have time for it today. I think after this, whoever we pirate next will be the finale here. Maybe, a guy named Laser. How cool is that? From the Laser from the Razor Whips. My name's Laser, but I work with my friends here, Razor. Yeah, I guess they don't tell you how many cargo bays they have on the ship. I guess I'll have to assume that most of these guys are carrying cargo. Kind of funny, though, because, we pirated a ship there, and, T9. What you got? I mean, tell you what. I'm not going to sit around here waiting for a player, because it's going to take forever. And you got to think about it, like, that's part of the reason why, even though I'm playing in open and we're doing, like, a CG, there's not that many pirates around. And you got to think about it, like, for a pirate to profit at a CG, they have to have a lot of patience, because most of the time they're just going to be sitting around waiting for people to happen, and then 50% of them are going to combat log if the interdiction is successful, right? That's just the reality. It's a hard knock life being a pirate. But these NPCs, well... hopefully, I can shake some booty out of this T9. And at least, pat myself on the back for successfully pirating a larger ship in an adder, right? At least I will feel good about it. And maybe, just maybe, instead of narcotics, they'll have something like ergonomic treatments or some community gold goods. Are you looking for people to interdict? I'm looking for people to interdict. I'm the pirate here. And I want the booty. And I'm looking... so, like, when I was doing the Hesperus... What's going on? Leave me alone! Yeah, well, just drop 1 ton of bio-waste and everything will be okay. We don't have to end with violence. I just want what's inside your booty. Give it up. Oh, he's shooting. He's shooting at my collector limpet. Oh, he's shooting at me, too. Apparently. I did not realize that point defense just can actually damage your hull. Alright. Drop the loot. Give me the loot. What do we got? Precious gems. Antiquities. Limpets, apparently. AI relics. Whoa. Whoa. Like, that's illegal. Holy crap, this guy is really ticking away. Those must be turreted multi-cannons or something. It's definitely not point defense. But in my armored asp, I can take a few hits. Oh, what are you gonna beam laser me? I just wanted to say, like, yeah, relics. This is... Oh, there you go. Thank you, Limpet. Thank you for assisting my clumsiness. Antiquities and precious gems. That all seems like a pretty good score. Now you can see, like, he's shooting me, but he's not really doing not much damage. I mean, kind of a little bit lame. I'm gonna try to maybe get below him, get out of his turret sort of range. And actually, the materials are behind me, but they don't really, come at you too hard. The last guy didn't even fight back. He just went around trying to pick up his own cargo. And that's kind of nice. I don't know if maybe they, yeah, that T9 is jacked. He's got, like, multi-cannons, lasers, all turreted, but Still didn't do him any good. Still got the loot. Still managed to get what I needed, right? And of course, because it's all stolen, I can't sell it anywhere because there's no black market here. So this little exercise is pointless. But, wow, look at that. AI relics sell for a galactic average of 183. But, interesting, a collection of highly illegal AI remnants. It is unclear whether any of these prices actually retain the AI personality that was originally present within. So I wonder if you pick up the right one and maybe there's like a 0.05% chance that that AI relic will just take over your ship and kill you. Maybe that's where Nova came from. No, I found Nova in the dumpster of Starstone Enterprises. She's not an AI though. She's like what was intended to be like the personality matrix for an AI, but it's been jammed into a computer improperly, so lots of malfunctions, lots of bugs, as you do, as most computers should be, full of bugs. Ooh, look at that, anomalous bulk scan data and distorted shield cycle. I'll take it. I don't know what I will need it for, but the rule of thumb with materials is if you don't have it, you got to scoop it up, and at some point later in your life, you'll be thankful that you did, because then you won't need to go out and get it. Well, that guy's a bounty. But I don't want to fuck with the Kumo Crew. We're helping them spread drugs to the galaxy, so we'll leave them alone. Tell you what, we'll try one more. You know, the NPCs seem to be very quick. Maybe we'll have a chance, a very small chance, at a random encounter with a player. Of course, you know, I don't know if, like, this CG seems like it... Oh, my canopy's cracked. I just noticed that now. Well, that's not good. But, you know, we just had a CG that was kind of out there, and this one's kind of a stock CG. I mean, I'm definitely interested in the nature of what the reward is of, like, having a new variant of Onion Head sort of show up at Anarchy stations. I think that's pretty cool. But I imagine many people are CG'd out. I mean, let me look in here at the transactions. Maybe it'll show how many people are in the CG. No. It even has how many total units have been collected. It's kind of cut off because UI design. Well, I can find that information, or at least an approximation, on Inara. Inara will show how many people are contributing, but it only represents people that are logging data to Inara. Right now, the support mission has about 1,171 contributors. The bounty hunting one has 3,400 contributors, and apparently... What? Oh, no, wait, that was the last one for the Federation. The bounty hunting one for this one is 923, so... I'm not sure, but I guess this CG is just not appealing to a large swath of commanders. About 1,000 commanders are out here either fighting the good fight or trading. Or, like me, randomly interdicting NPCs and kind of just, you know, pissing in their cereal. But hey, you know, I drank a lot of milk, so maybe my pee is milk-flavored. And they shouldn't complain about that. They should be happy that commanders such as I is taking the time out of my day to pee in their cereal. How did we get to peeing in the cereal? Alright, we're seeing Diamondbacks and Vultures, and they are not the kind of trade ships that tend to come with goodies. Hello, Neil Timothy. Watch you find a Diamondback that has, like, all cargo bays. No, this one looks like it's spec for bounty hunting with that kill warrant scanner. Ooh, Type 7. Oh, where'd you go? Interesting. There 1 minute, gone the next. There you are. Just went out of my radar range. Also from the Razor Rips. I mean, there's no players here, so... Alright, This will be our last interdiction. I want that booty. I can't even sell it. I'm just doing this literally because I like to do it. You want to drag out your T9 and play chicken with me? Go. You are welcome to do so, but beware, this adder is locked, stocked, and ready to rock. The pirate extraordinaire. Don't judge a man based on the size of his ship. Judge it based on the tenacity of his module engineering. Hold on. Where is this guy's leading me on a real merry chase here? But I will have you. Okay, get behind target. Done. Alright, bucko. I'm gonna take you to town. He is a bit of a slippery fish here. He is elite ranked, so I don't know if that has really any impact on engineering, but apparently I got a bounty for interdicting. Again, in an anarchy system in pirate space, I don't understand how crime and punishment works. Lovely music for this, actually. Alright. You give me that loot. I don't have a manifest scanner because I really don't care what cargo you have. I just want it. Alright, let's drop a collector, lower the hatch, and hatch breaker away. And hopefully, let's see how this guy reacts if he's gonna start shooting at me passively like that T9 did. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's got multi-cannons and lasers. We'll try and stay on his bottom side. Where, yeah, he only has one laser on his bottom side. So this is the safe place. Stop touching my canopy! Where did that multi-cannon come from? Is he shooting that hatch breaker? AI relics! Oh, yeah! Come to me. Precious gems, okay. Okay. I'm down with this. Antique jewelry. Lots of goodies, lots of goodies. Alright, well, we'll just park here. Let our collector do all that lovely work for us. My collector is out there doing work, right? No! Oh, he got shot down by the goddamn point defense. Okay, this is my last limpet, so do not touch that collector. You can shoot at me, I don't care, I'm armored, but you touch my collector limpet and I'm gonna have problems. And look at that, he's just going off that way, now he's out of range. He don't want to fight. Loser. So, like, we have enough AI relics now to probably build our own new AI. Alright, we're just gonna slowly go forward. So you can see here, like, when you don't disable their drives, they kind of, you know, drop the cargo one by one as they're going down. So you can sort of, you know, do it this way and then just kind of go forward. If you hit the right speed, then your collector will catch up with you and sort of it still works out. Antique jewelry. Yeah, okay. Thank you, collector. And yeah, we got a score there. I'm feeling good about this. I'm a bona fide pirate right now. In the Kumo system. Cargo bay full. Okay. What's the cheapest of these? I guess the antiquities. Well, hold on. What's still out there? I think we're good. Alright, well, let me just see something. So Kumo, by the way, like, if you weren't there earlier in the stream, we did check out this Dredger, and I was a little disappointed because these logs, there were 4 logs on it, but they all had the same message. Though G-Vine pointed out they had different signal presets, 07J versus 023J, but apparently those send the same message, so kind of a spammy Dredger. Maybe there is there another, like, a ground-based facility that has a black market here or something? No. Nay. I kind of feel like maybe there's, like, maybe an opportunity to find a black market. Let's just look at economies here. Who has black market? Well, you could actually go based off of services somewhere here, or maybe it's this one. Black market. The problem is that if you haven't visited a system, you don't know where the black markets are. Oh! Ooh! 34 Pegasi has one. Does Webport have one? Features. Black market. Yay, okay. So maybe we'll head over here And we will complete our piracy, sell stuff to the black market. It's only 2 jumps away, which is good because my adder is really not spec'd for long range. Take those hard points down. Yeah, we got a bit of damage on our canopy. Gonna have to get a windshield replacement. That's fine. It's only made of transparent aluminum, which is dime a dozen in this galaxy. Right, guys? Transparent aluminum. You get it? Star Trek? Star Trek 4, specifically. The one with the whales. That was the first... I remember watching, some of the original Star Trek episodes as a kid, but... what got me into Star Trek was Star Trek 4, the whale one. Still one of my favorites, just because it's the funniest Star Trek. It's really funny. And, it's not maybe the best Star Trek is, maybe Wrath of Khan or... what was the last one? The Final Frontier? Or was it The Undiscovered Country? I think it was The Undiscovered Country. That's the one with, the Klingon negotiations. The very last one with the original crew, because, we don't count generations. But, excuse me. That little fake laugh actually just drummed up a little bit of phlegm. I'm gonna have to hydrate here. But yeah, so I think we had a good little time here doing some CG and open. As you can see, it's really, a lot of people prefer to play in solo, and I get it. If you're trying to accomplish something, it can be really frustrating if someone just comes out and ruins your day with no role play, no interaction. But playing it open is just not that dangerous anymore, even out of CG while you're streaming. And I suspect that many of the maybe most notorious or the worst gankers have long since moved on to other games that are more shooty oriented. But I've been playing it open pretty much exclusively. I only go into solo or private mode if I'm filming something really important that I really don't need to screw up. I try to stick mostly to open. And honestly, I've been ganked a couple times in ridiculous ways, but it's a lot rarer than you think. And I think the benefits outweigh the disadvantages, because you occasionally run into other commanders and sometimes have meet a new friend or have a great experience, right? You remember that one Star Trek movie with the hot bald alien? Recommend it's the best one in the series to date. Hot bald alien. Hot bald alien. Is that the original? Are you talking about the chick from the first Star Trek movie where her and the other dude merge? She's was she an AI sent by V'ger, or V'ger takes over her body? Or is it Tom Hardy from Nemesis? Is that what you mean by hot bald alien? Hot bald alien. I can't place in my mind which Star Trek movie that might be. Was it one of the new ones? I can't remember. But I like all Star Trek. The Next Generation, the original series, the original movies, the TNG movies. I like First Contact, and that's about it. I mean, some of them were okay, but not the cream of the crop. At least compared to the Kirk and Spock movies. I think those are much more consistently good. Even the weak ones, Search for Spock, is maybe a weaker one in the series, but it's still good. Still, I think beats any of the TNG movies, or at least gives them a run for the money. Wasn't it Tom Hardy in Nemesis? Wasn't he a bald alien dude? Or was that the other Star Trek? You might be thinking of maybe I was going to say Bruce Banner, but no. Eric Bana in the Star Trek reboot, maybe. He was also a bald dude. Oh, yeah, okay. Star Trek the movie in 1979. Yeah. So it's the hot alien lady chick who's wearing the white suit or whatever. Yeah, I think the original Star Trek movie, even though it's kind of maybe a little bit slow for modern generations, it kind of oh wait, that's not my landing pad. 29. Okay, that's the one. Even though it's very paced, very slow, it's more reminiscent of the pacing of 2001. I think it's actually a really great movie, and there are definitely a lot of long extended scenes that probably a lot of people would check out in the sort of modern YouTube attention span sort of world that we live in. And watch this. Watch my canopy instantly just heal itself. No one even has to come out and like replace the glass. It just the cracks disappear through nanobots that just fill in the gaps. But I still think it's a great movie conceptually. How the spectacle of it. You gotta imagine, like, at that point, Star Trek had just been like a TV show, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like this high budget, you know, special effects laden space movie. But it still was kind of cool in the sense that, like, it was still very intellectual. The plot was not like, we need to go blow up the Klingons, right? That, although, you know, that becomes a later plot point. But, like, you know, it was like, what is this thing? Let's reach out to it. Let's try and understand it. You know, it was like, and that's what I love about Star Trek, is it's not, it doesn't rely on, like, you know, we need to go shoot zombies and stuff. And it can be more intellectual, right? Like, this is where I like Star Wars for different reasons, because it's like fantasy and has fun with it. But the reason Star Trek is because of those, like, I crashed. Oh my god. Son of a gun! How did this happen? How did this happen? Amazing. Incredible. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens when you try and pirate an open, is Elite's just going to crash on you. Developers! You have work to do! Alright, well, let's just reload it and hand in our black market goods and then head out to the concourse, because I always like to, I don't know, I feel like there's a nice finality about leaving your ship, walking to the concourse and ending the stream there, and then we will end it for the night, and then I'll see if I can get onto some filming and get an episode out this week for you guys. I know, right? Just thank you so much for crashing. But thank you guys for you know, tuning in, especially you guys been here for the whole stream. Always love to see you. I do this every Saturday now, you know, around depending on what time zone you're in, and Eastern Standard Time. Usually I try to start between like 2 and 3 p.m. That's kind of a nice middle ground between, you know, the folks that I know that are over in the EU and you know, the North Americans who are, you know, at home in the afternoon. Though, you know, maybe eventually, is like, you know, I'm definitely enjoying streaming, and over time I may start to do maybe like 2 streams a week or something if I get the time. Though the second one will probably be like when I can, and probably for maybe a different space game. I was thinking like I wanted to do a stream in Star Citizen. I've been thinking about doing XCOM again, or like you know, right now I'm actually like playing some Planescape Torment, if you remember that game. Friend of mine actually was like, hey, I got an extra key for this, like, would you play it? And I'm like, you know, I what the hell? It just crashed again. Trying to access black market. Like, seriously? Is the black market bugged? How does this happen? Why? Why do you do this? Braben, explain yourself. Why? Seriously, I'm gonna try this one more time, just to verify if this is like just crashing from me going into the black market, or if that was just like 2 random coincidences. But okay, really bizarre. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming out. I mean, look, it's fun for me to stream, but when you guys are chatting in the comments, and it gives me some stuff to bounce off of, and, you know, keeps me company in this lonely, cold vacuum that is called space. But, you know, really enjoying yeah, Planescape Torment is dope, and it's like, I love the old style, like, isometric RPG games. Planescape and like Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are very similar in both like how the games operate, the puzzle systems, and most importantly the humor. Like these games back then were not made by big corporations that were beholden to shareholders. They were made by small, you know, indie studios that could, you know, often had maybe weird referential jokes and bizarre perverted humor built into them, but, you know, they had more creativity over creating something that they wanted to create, right? And, you know, I don't think we'll ever get motherfuck. So it is really crashing because of the black market. Wow. Trying to get into black market again. Oh my god, it keeps crashing. Is it because the AI relics I stole do not want to leave me. Please help. Well, whatever. I'll send in that bug report. Hopefully a developer gets a laugh on that. They need a laugh these days, I'll tell you that. Alright, well, I'll just log back in. I'll exit the concourse, because you know what? I'm not exiting this stream. I'm not ending it unless I'm on the concourse. Damn it. And then we'll just wind it down and cap it out. But, yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's those illegal AIs. They're totally, like, there. You didn't get the ending to Planescape. Well, it's another thing. A lot of those old school games from that era, too, you know, they're not super polished. They probably ran out of, you know, a lot of the games back in the day, they'd run out of time and just, well, just end it. Endings would be sloppier back in the day. A lot of games back then didn't end, right? You just kept going and grinding and whatever. But those games were pretty unique. Why can't we buy from a black market? That's a good question, Dark Heavy. That's something I'd also like to see in the game, is buying secondhand ships that are pre-engineered, buying secondhand modules that might be wanted and you don't know when you're buying it and you get swindled by the shady used black market dealer. Or maybe they're defective. Maybe you bought a black market heatsink and it busts the first time you try to use it and you're like, damn him! That would be dope. Yeah, that'd be cool. Alright, let's just get out. We're not going to bother selling stuff. Yeah, Fallout 1 and 2 dialogue is definitely up there, especially like if you turned on the wacky wasteland stuff. Or actually, was that even in there? I think that was something that was added in New Vegas. But either way, when you had those weird special encounters with like the Bridge Keeper from Monty Python, or you found a crashed alien ship with pictures of velvet pictures of Elvis spilled out, like there are definitely some like out of universe things that, you know, probably might have, if someone was taking the game seriously, might impact their immersion. But for me, they added that like this like warm comfort of like knowing that like the developers had very similar interests, or you know, they knew how to make a fun little reference in there for Easter eggs, right? I love Easter eggs. I'm never mad when someone puts an Easter egg in a game. But anyway, we'll just, you know, grab a drink here. If you would be so kind to serve me, madame, I will give you graphene for drinks. Please, please, please. I'm bringing drugs to the galaxy. I just want a beer. Yeah, you're nodding yes. You're nodding yes. You want to serve me? See that? She's nodding. Can I have a drink, please? No? Yes? No? No, you're just shy. No, you're like looking away. You can't look me in the eye? No, she says, no, we're cut. Am I cut off? Yes. Aw. Can I come back tomorrow? No. Oh, just blank stares. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe I can come back tomorrow. Maybe I will get my drink eventually. But for now, I'm going to log off and end the stream. So thank you guys very much for joining. If you, I don't know, click the like thing if you want. But that I've been told that this helps. And, you know, everyone else says you're supposed to do it, and I don't like to do it, but like and subscribe to the thing! Do the thing! And, you know, I'll be releasing a new Dangus soon, or hopefully soon, and we'll have another video in my How to Die series soon, and then we'll need to probably do the stream next week around that theme, because I need to rack up some more deaths for the next video in that series. But yeah, if you see me in the black, commander name is Spatula 007. You know, feel free to add me up if you're gonna wing up and go shoot some urns. Cool, let's do it. But yeah, thank you very much for joining, guys, and I will see you on the next Dangus. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.